You know the thing I have to do beforehand?
What'd you
What?
have
Because
to
I
do
can't spell
beforehand?
diarrhea.
D
Ah.
D-I-A-R-R.
Well,
Yeah.
sorry. I was about to maybe. Sorry. We were
Yeah.
live.
Hello.
It's okay, they can't transcribe it.
I mean, yep. Don't worry. Sorry,
we're
meme
not.
name. I thought you
Don't
might be
just don't
embarrassed by
say
that
a
being the
curse
first
word.
line
Are we
of the
even
stream.
going through?
We are going through. Yeah, looks like we're going through.
Yeah, you can hear me.
Yep. So, I'm not doing a sound test this week because I have limited time. Anyways, they are not here as of yet, but today is, a celebration for Silver's birthday.
Woohoo!
And, I would like to welcome you all to this wonderful session of Path to Create Nihil. Also, I did want to mention something. And I will say it here, just in case someone needs the question answered by tomorrow. You may have noticed I added a channel here, Sass. I know you hate me adding channels, but there's a reason
Necessary
I added that.
channels I hate.
That is a necessary channel, right?
Which one?
The me making a list of rules that is easy to access. So I only have one rule at the moment.
Rules.
Yes.
1. Come to session ready to be your best self and be respectful. No, I will not be respectful.
Read the entire part of it. Be respectful of your fellow players in the process.
No, I will not be respectful to them, Matt.
What that rule means in particular is, come here, with, like, don't sacrifice, your better, basically, if you need to do something more important, then please put that first. If you are currently heavily intoxicated or on something that'll make you, in a worse situation, please take care of yourself. And if you are going to be in a state where you might be a bit of a detriment for other people's understanding or fun, again, I will not blame you. Please take care of yourself. I care about you guys, and thus I want you guys to come here ready to be your best self, and I want you to respect each other too. So for now, that is the only rule. And if I have to add any additional rules, I will.
I mean, you have to read.
Carl, stop! Seriously, Carl, stop badgering Silver.
I'm not. I'm just saying. Yeah, we're live and waiting on you. It's like just
we
so
will
that
badger her for as long as we can.
Carl, just say, "Hey, everything's good," because, like, again, I know she's gonna be late. Speaking of which, we've all heard everyone who's gonna be here talk today. Another update, everyone who may or may not remember Zara, they will be here on an infrequent basis on Sundays now.
Yay!
I have also updated the Warhorn to the end of May. And, that being said, we will have some things I'll have to take care of at the end of session, but currently, Meme, please introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Meme Name.
Okay.
Hello, Meme Name.
Carl or Shadow, introduce yourself.
Hi. Hello.
Hi, Carl.
I am the salty boy who is yet to actually get my own session. Rotten maniac.
Yes, because I'm giving you a session as a birthday present. That's my birthday present to you all. You get your own little side session. I'm calling them OVAs. Hooray.
I will never say my birthday. Actually, we can probably find out what my birthday is from someone.
Fun fact, I'm not going to be organizing the tradition on my birthday, but Sunday session in April, one of the Sunday sessions you will see, is my birthday.
That's like saying we're not going to celebrate Silver's birthday, but we're going to celebrate Silver's birthday on a Sunday session.
Well, no, my birthday is actually on a Sunday, so I will celebrate your birthdays both by giving you a small little OVA to yourself. Well, yeah, but the thing is, no, my well, I mean, the whole thing with Silver is their birthday wasn't on a Sunday or Saturday. Because if one of you tells me it's your birthday, I'm going to try and celebrate it if you're here.
Okay.
Carl was not here on his birthday. It was a Sunday.
Down,
Yeah.
Carl.
Anyways,
Down,
that being said,
Carl.
Yeah.
before we get too lively, Sass, introduce yourself.
Who's Sass? I don't know who he is.
Okay, fine, Mr. Relevant. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Who's Mr. What?
Oh, your name, Sass.
Oh, my name is not Sass.
Stargazer?
That's not my name. Who would name himself Stargazer?
Oh, come on, stop being obstinate here. It's just introductions, my man. We do this every week.
Well, my real name is. Anyways, hello everybody. I'm Sass.
Yep. And, what happened last time, Sass?
Fuck.
You weren't there for all of it, right? So, Carl, you start off.
I don't.
Do I need to
Yeah,
do
I wasn't
it?
there. Oh,
Hang on.
I was there at the end because
Literally,
it was.
I got a headache saying on. Half the reason why I went to the bathroom to go ahead and alleviate myself.
I came in at the end because you sent everyone a message saying that our section was canceled, so I joined in last second.
Yep.
I remember the back half of the session. I do remember that.
So, yeah, the
But,
first
like,
half
I
of the
can't
session
remember
was
where
the
we
first
started
round of
off.
the tournament.
Yes.
And, so currently, I believe I have your tournament standings right here. I believe the odd person out, aside from, so it's, oh right, no, Raphael, I decided to give both wins from his session last week because he got there as you guys finished up your tournament matches.
My apologies.
No, you're fine. Shadow, Doth, and Gavelon each have a single win. Alvura and Gurkful don't have a win at the moment, and Matt has 2 because,
He's mad.
Well, it's a Magus. I will also point out you might see there is a new affinity chart for a particular person there. And
You gotta. There you go.
Do I gotta explain affinity too?
No. I was about to say how would Raphael go about what would he do in his battles? Would he
one of them you're facing off against Gurkfall, and I believe there is a spell you can learn, and I will give it to you if you can, that makes you better against saving throws that involve necromancy. I believe it's on your spell list. I know it's on
I'll find it.
Primal.
I'll probably have it.
It's something ward. I think it's Death Ward, which is Abjuration, and yeah, it's not on Arcana. Interesting.
Oh crap. Well, looks like I lost against him.
Well, there are other ways to take advantage of him, because technically positive damage is one of those things he is weakened by. The other thing is you have spell slots that you can use to basically do things like Mirror Image and Blur. You know, basically make it harder for him to hit you or target you. And unfortunately, Gurkfall is one of those casters that does have AoEs, but is better when he can target you, because he himself cannot... Like, if you stay close to him, it's going to be a pain in the butt for him to target you with AoEs. So basically,
Gotcha.
You are playing this weird game where you are buffing yourself and staying close to him. And the other opponent you probably would have faced would be... I'll give you something that I know you could definitely beat. You probably could have faced Germana, and well... Germana is a transmutation wizard, so it's a 50-50 shot, and I'll give that one to you pretty easily. Because you tend to be pretty decent when it comes to thinking about facing other spellcasters.
Matt, I'm getting number 2s and 3s in my. I have not seen this before. Is this basically saying that if I did that as a second attack or a third attack?
Yes. So, fun fact, I think they updated the athletics and other various spell attack rolls and attack roll type of things.
Wow. Amazing.
So basically, that might have been why you guys were having problems last session, because they were updating the sheets.
Okay.
That being said, it is one of those things where it is not just a quality of life thing, but it is going to make things a lot easier when it comes to future checks, because
Thank you, Roll20.
yes, because doing manual math is the pain in every player and GM's life. So anyways,
Math.
generic
Who wants
session.
to do math?
You were here after the generic tournament session, Sass. What happened after that?
So after we did our tournaments,
Yep.
what happened before we went to the docks?
You
we
guys were planning on going shopping, and then we went on this whole tangent about real estate and then votes.
We did. We talked about real estate and stuff. And then in the midst of all of us talking about, trying to how rich we were, how Gavilan's parents were pretty rich and owned a castle. After all of that, Matt's like, I have 1,000 platinum. We need a navy for our
4,000
specifically.
Yeah.
Yep. And because of that, but then because of that, Alvara's like, oh no, the water is gonna hurt me. Oh no. And basically Matt took her to the side, told her you have to do this or we're gonna have to make your Ave do this. Or,
It was, to be specific, it's like, okay, Alvara, you either come to the docks with us or you and Graves go swimming together.
Is that also when you asked her why she?
Yeah,
why
what
she
the
called you daddy?
what? Yeah, it was like, did you do X thing a few days ago? What? No. No, I didn't do anything along those lines. And it's like, oh wait, you called me dad? Yeah, explain that, because honestly, I still might need to create an HR department at this point. And we get this really weird information where Alvara is
we're gonna need that
imprinting.
HR. We're gonna need that HR department. One of our employees is trying to sleep with another one, so gotta get that.
Yeah, I know, Raphael. Why do you keep trying to sleep with Kimiko?
Well, first of all, I wasn't mentioning myself. I was mentioning Seth.
I know you were mentioning Seth, but
I mentioned when I talk about Kimiko, it was like, what should Raphael make for Kimiko? And he doesn't know, and no one knows. No one knows what to make for his psychic. That's the good dilemma that he's dealing with.
Have you ever just considered maybe making like a piece of jewelry? Because it doesn't have to be magical if it looks nice.
Raphael has thought of that, but he's probably thought when his thought process was, what exactly does a psychic wear?
Anyway, so you guys go to the docks, you meet your new shipwright, who is a super dude.
He is indeed a super dude. He is not even a human. Well, he was a human.
Well, he was a human, yeah, nah. Kakushin Fundaiku.
I couldn't even remember that name. Go ahead.
He basically got hit by a revolutionary new technology that he destroyed every ounce of because, nearly killed him after he turned himself into a beer-powered android or automaton.
He turned himself into a cooler. Yeah, he turned himself
He's
into
cooler
a beer.
Fundaiku.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, so after that, you guys realize, oh, that's weird. Matt doesn't remember who the fuck Pradith is in relation to him.
Time to go to Melody.
It's interesting that Melody is your first option, but I do appreciate that. You go to Melody.
Who would you think that we should have gone to?
I mean, if I were in your character's shoes, I would have gone to Melody because you worship that deity through your pantheon.
Yeah,
but if I were in Carl's shoes, Diana Scarlet would be my first instinct.
Okay, gotcha.
Hey, Christian.
I thought my first one is
not too much. You want to join in on session today too? Because currently we're just waiting for the.
We're just doing the recap.
Yeah, we're just doing the recap.
Are we streaming right now?
Yeah, I'm live right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Quick, say something to cancel yourself.
Me
no,
go.
please.
Also,
Bingo.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It has exactly one video right now.
Oh, cool.
anyways,
It's a good one though.
yeah, I mean, we're not talking. We're talking about the Casualius channel, Carl, because
It's
Xnay on
As
whatever
well
the
as-
fuck you're talking about, Carl.
Hmm.
Anyways, you might want to change mics if you want to participate because they're. I think you have the one that's in the other side of the room on.
Yeah, I have the one that's the XLR mic that's good for picking up multiple sound sources.
Oh, right, because remember
the
I said
thing.
I would give you a 5-minute heads up on that? Also, Silver's not here yet.
I see.
Because we're going to have you guys bum rush the channel and then just go at it. Anyways, not important. I'll see you in a
Bum
bit,
rush?
buddy. I am using weird terms this week.
Indeed you are.
Anyways, so after you all end up going to Melody, you run into Fear Incarnate because you still don't know his name outside of Raphael, and well, Raphael can't exactly tell you that either because book. Anyways, he
His
ends
name
up.
is Seven without the E, and you know he's a very, very dedicated boy to Nihil.
Anyways, you guys end up seeing Alvara shoot herself and then shoot herself in the stomach, and then you all end up basically in this game of fuck this guy, but how do we get out of this situation? The answer is it's a test. He sends this information to Glinda, Melody is panicking, Silver is stable, and that is where we lead off. However,
He's all the worst person we ever knew.
However, now it's time for me to get into my notes. Today's session is brought to you by me.
I thought it was brought to you by me.
I thought it was
Name.
brought to you by that expertly trimmed beard of yours.
I'm not sponsored, and I think I can get in trouble for doing something like that. But yeah, no, I did get a really nice beard trim today.
Wow.
Not for the
Give
people
us a
in the
review.
audience, but for you all in the room.
Okay.
This is the beard. It was a lot different this
good.
week. Yep.
Let me see, one
Anyways,
moment.
I just
Oh,
imagine Matt.
I
now
just
looks
turned
like-
off the camera. Let me turn it back on.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Okay.
Anyways,
Sexy.
thank you, buddy. Anyways, as you all stand around Alvera, Melody says, "You know, if you move her, she's probably dead." So Matt says, "We probably need the help of a legendary healer." Melody, please, I need your help here. She says, "Why would I? She hates people like me." As Matt says, "Do it for me then." As Melody says, "For you, don't make me laugh. You're alive. That's all I need to do." So Matt grabs Melody by her shirt and says, "What is your problem?" As Melody says, "You forgave her. She selfishly abandoned you, yet you forgave her." As he says, "She saved my group. Yeah, for a day. You know how bad this is for you, yet you still keep forgiving?" Matt says, "I won't let your pride kill my friend, Melody. What's actually wrong?" And Melody, you just see fall to the ground and start crying, weeping, breaking down. This mighty woman that stood taller and prouder than anyone else you had ever seen up until this point, in tears, made of pure fear and trauma, as she says, "How did he know about that monster of a person? How did he know?" As Matt says, "I know it's a lot to take in, but listen to me. Melody, right now you can let them win or move forward. You're strong, and you taught me that strength of will. Now, please, I need you. Don't falter.
Reminder to those in the audience: the last time Sven came in, anyone like each and every person who sees Sven, they see like a nightmare to them.
They see the person they fear the most.
Yes.
Unless it is Nihil, in which case they see the actual person that is Sven. Because he has weird rules with this thing. Now please, I need you. Don't falter. Save her to spite those who try to break you. As you see him making this speech, you see a glow surrounding Melody during this time. And with divine light, she manages to pick herself up from that horrible place she was in. She'll live. I promise you. And as she gets down, pulls out a emergency set of healer's tools, which for those of you is a mix of both first aid equipment and surgical tools. Her hands move with godlike speed as she stitches and mends Alvara's wounds with divine might. As she stands about 10 minutes later, she says, "Hey kid, I'm glad I raised you." As Matt says, it wasn't easy, but I know you tried to, I know you three did your best. Melody says,
How's Alvara doing?
Alvara is definitely stable now. You can definitely move her.
Okay.
So, as Melody says, I was a little saddened when you forgave her. Worried you would forget me and Diana. Did you really learn stubbornness from me? She smiles, and Matt says, our will is iron, but iron can bend, so I just helped you return to your form. As Melody says, when your journey is done, I need to tell you some things, so don't you dare die. As Matt says, it's me we're talking about here. But thank you. As Melody said, kid, she'll need a few weeks. Put her in that demiplane of yours. Matt says, sounds good. And Matt heads off to the demiplane for a second. And you guys can ask Melody, because Melody seems like she has a story to tell, and actually seems weirdly into the idea of telling it to people. It just doesn't want to bother Matt at the time with it for some reason. You could figure out what makes this being tick with just a simple question.
So what was that about?
The kid trusts you, so I'm going to put my trust in you too. I know you have had your spats with Cheliax, but let me ask you a question. Do you think my name is something that would legitimately be given of someone to someone of elven descent? Melody is a human name, and in Fuego is, by God, not a surname of anyone you've probably ever met. Not that half-elves tend to have surnames in the first place.
Point.
I'm trying to figure out right now. What can I just look at my elven lore?
I know what you're alluding to, Melody.
Oh, really? Go on. I'm interested.
I'm assuming in Fuego is more of a infernal surname. Therefore, I assume that you have some ties within Cheliax of some sort.
Well, no. In Fuego is a part of a two-part code name. But you're right. Cheliax does seem to have a link to me. I have no doubt that Matt has told you the story about that assassin I got into a bidding war with over Cheliax. The whole story is that once upon a time, one of the potential successors to House Throne, about 75 years ago, well, how do I put this? There wasn't a shred of an indecent thing that you can think of that wasn't done to me. I had no choice. I was a slave to his will, his bidding, and his lust and his wrath. I was faced with two options: continue to live in that hell, or turn to the goddess of revenge. Live out the life the way she teaches those to live. I sold every part of myself to hopefully one day sing as that despicable empire of hatred and evil falls around me. I am dedicated to the destruction of House Throne and the hell they've wrought upon their people. Not because of a necessarily noble cause, but because I was wronged and I feel the need to get back at the people who made me lose so much. I've been playing this game for close to 100 years now. And at the 100-year anniversary, I know I'll be winning it.
Not a bad thing to aim towards, but make sure not to lose yourself in the process. Not sure if Matt would be able to hold feelings back if he ever see you go too far over that edge.
Hey, that's one of the brilliant teachings of Calistria. I don't spend all my time doing it, or it would be done already. And anyways, revenge is a dish best served cold. Christian, can you tune your guitar off, Mike?
Yes.
Thank you.
Apologies.
Yep. Anyways, that being said, it's one of these things where I don't want to bother him about what my goals and motivations are. Let's just say when I told his father, that didn't exactly go over as well as you think it would for someone with his past. That being said, look after the kid. God knows he needs it. I mean, I have a feeling that, and I'm not entirely positive on this, when he ended up going missing for a few days, he just ran off on his own, thinking he could take on the whole world. Recklessness, anger, and the feeling of needing to do everything to help the people in his life will lead that kid down a rotten path. Selflessness to such a degree is not virtuous.
We can certainly try. However, I'm not sure if he's real. When it comes to it, I think we can help him in other areas. I'm not sure we can help him when it comes to giving him advice or leading him and convincing him otherwise.
The kid is
Talking
stubborn.
from personal experience.
Yeah, the kid is stubborn. Or as he put it, his will is iron. But be there for him. That's all I'm asking.
All you need is put
Will do.
To the iron and wheels can bend.
Well, yeah. I mean, the kid was the kid is like the blade, forged forged in quite a amazing way by the blacksmith's hammer. However, just because the blade was forged well doesn't mean it is fond of the experiences that it went through to become who it is. I think I've messed up that phrase. Don't worry about it. What is important is I'm pretty sure that you guys thought you were in Absalom, right? No, this is my little hideout here in Andron. Meaning that, technically speaking, the minute he gets back from that demi-plane, I'd head back to whatever the hell Glinda has waiting for you. Because unfortunately, there's not much I can do in terms of that whole thing.
We'll find a way.
Yeah, I'm certain you will. Anyways, that being said, you all, take some time, think about something other than the potential dissolving of your group.
How long is it? 3 weeks in the demiplane compared to our time in our.
She'll probably be able to go back to her actual bed and sleep tonight. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were sleeping for 3 weeks in the demiplane.
She
So
is
she can.
sleeping 3 weeks in the demiplane. The problem is that the demiplane has a weird quality where it doesn't change anything about a duration of, like, for instance, you sleeping in that demiplane won't give you spell slots back the way it is now. It doesn't give you more energy sleeping in there.
Oh.
I mean, if you are in there for an amount of time, so basically, you will be able to rest to a point. So that's why anytime you see someone like Matt where he has bags under his eyes, it is because he didn't sleep all night, but he was in his demiplane and got the full 8 hours of rest he needed. There's consequences to doing that for long periods of time, which is why he doesn't often do that.
I wonder what the consequences are.
Bags under the eyes to start with.
Well, I mean, basically, the longer you're in there resting, the higher the diminishing return of the rest.
Okay.
So, moving to an actual bed once you're able to is a good thing, essentially. Demiplanes that shift time and how it works in this universe will always have some weird side effect to them. So, like, in Shadow of Corleone, you guys had this demiplane earlier. Now you understand where it comes from originally. But yeah, all that being said, what are you guys thinking? Do you guys, want to head back to meet Glinda right away? Do you want to see if Matt can do something by himself?
We're at the church, so we could potentially do something else before we reach.
What do you think would be a good thing to do? Theoretically speaking, Raphael, you have people who are in the embassy, and you have sending.
That is true. I'm wondering who to talk to, though.
Well,
I'll go to Matt and I say, "Well, is he back? Sorry, is Matt back, or is he still? We're still waiting."
Matt is not quite back.
Okay.
But out of the people who you've talked to, who is the person who went up to you when you guys were trying to figure out what's going on with the mercenary group? It's like, hey, it looks like you guys could use some help with that. Why don't I lend you a hand?
Was that Alexander?
Yes, it was Alexander Romanov, who seems to have a finger on the pulse here, with the mercenary group.
I was like, was it Alex? Oh, that was my first thought, Alexander, but I thought it was like the wrong answer. I was like, is it Alexander?
Another person who would have some idea is the person who keeps your base of operations running, is the cleric of Caden Kalian at your base, Mimi Lilac. The main base you guys have in Corvosa is something she keeps running and maintaining. So most of the other people, when it comes to job assignments, go to Mimi instead of Matt, whereas you guys go to Matt because he's around. So you have two options there. You also have people like Glenn, who might have been saved a bit of trouble if something is going on.
Yeah, we have a couple of avenues to go about this. I'm wondering how to go about this.
I mean, you guys had a lot of gold. Did you spend any of that gold on scrolls of sending? Because they could be pretty useful in instances like this. Well, food for thought for next time you get a chance to go shopping.
I'm pretty sure I have a scroll of sending on me right now.
Ah, awesome. Who are you going to use the scroll of sending on?
I'll just use the spell that I've prepared sending.
Okay.
Got Mimi, we got Alexander, we got what's his name? We got what's the third guy?
Glenn Greentree, particularly the person who seems to be good at navigating the court. As if he's done it before,
wondering,
because he has.
So I might go to Glenn because he knows.
Glenn would be the wise idea, because Alexander could probably deal with any fallback in the actual mercenary company.
25 words.
Would be the one to talk to about Glinda and such.
let's write this down before I send the send. Let's write this down before I do the spell itself. 25 words. So need help. Now first the two is Aurora and Glinda. Glinda and Aurora are mad at us. Could you calm them down? Anything you think we should add? Shadow.
Yes.
How many more words?
We got a couple more words. I'd say we have like 11 more words. 14 probably. Go ahead. Give.
I mean, one of those things that as a one of the things you might want to ask is
I was gonna say if you can't, how can we? If we
I
have,
would. What about is query relevant? In other words,
Is
is
query
this happening?
is query relevant?
Or yeah, because is inquiry relevant? In other words, is this happening? Right? Because there is still an option that there are two ways this could be going. Horribly or better than you're thinking.
Yeah, I want to get a sense of, but if they are mad, I want to both give him a message of if they are mad, then do this, this, and that. But I don't know. So after we ask if they're mad, if they are mad, then there's like probably a couple things we should. How should we do this sort of deal?
If they
Right.
so what
Need help with Glinda and Aurora. If they are mad at us, what do we do?
okay, so
Is that a good sending? Shadow?
that'll work.
Oh.
So Glenn sends you 50 words back. It seems like he uses his own sending spell on top of what you send.
Okay.
Glinda and Aurora are not as mad as you might think. They are
Okay.
concerned. However, it appears that Glinda has a new respect for you.
And that's the end of the sending.
That's the end of the sending, yep.
Well, did he send a sending to us so I can respond to him back, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks for the information. What? In the meantime, let's try not to anger them or make them more sorry. Let's try not to make them concerned any further. How's that?
That works.
All right.
So Matt jumps back through, a little other end of it, and he's like, "Okay, so managed to get in contact with the court. Got Melvin in there to help with what he can while in the process. It seems like there's an interesting thing that might happen. That being said, Melvin tends to be Melvin's an interesting character.
I was just talking to Glenn.
Yes.
Regarding the entire situation. He said they're more concerned than mad, but just for the sake of being safe, let's try to tiptoe around them. Not like saying in a secretive way, but just like let's try not to anger them or make them angry at us.
You see Matt like grin at that comment and is like, "Why would I let my own spy master control what I do? I'll talk to Aurora before I let anything she says happen." So, when you get back, whatever you do in the meantime, buy items, whatever you think you'll need to do, prepare. I can let you do afterwards because There is not going to be a fight, but you can theoretically get scrolls and whatnot to prepare for something. But Glinda is just standing there, waiting for you, alone. There are no guards. She says, "Look, I want to talk to you. I have two things you need to know. We now believe what you've told us, and that fate seems to have placed itself in your hands, and whether or not this world continues to turn. I won't shut you down when you seem to be the best option to make sure this world keeps going. However, I also have a new respect for your leader, because, well, it is an admiration you all seem to have for the man. That, not only that, but a particular couple of traits I've picked up through what has happened with you. That being said, I think he is necessary for Aurora's goals to happen. And thus, I need a group that is capable of protecting him. Your group has this potential. It also has the potential to get him killed because of his own faults.
Mhm.
So, I have given you a new lease. I have a system of strikes, but I will not disband you. Rather, these strikes are how I will be keeping the person I need safe, out of harm's way. Strike one, nothing happens. You're good. I can understand a mistake being made. 2 strikes, and he is only going out to you guys on emergencies. We'll make sure he's getting trained and ready to go to you in whatever situation arises. And strike 3, he's not going out into the field with you. He's going to be operating completely from the sidelines. I am not going to budge on this. Then you see Matt walk up and say, I'm not going to let my spy master control my life. You are my advisor, and you are my closest confidant. But that being said, I will talk to Aurora before I let you set anything into stone. So, he walks off, and Glinda says, I'll let him try. You all have a wonderful night's rest. It's getting late, and believe me, you might need it. And, for the moment, we are going to take our first little break of the session. And
Okay.
we'll take a nice little 5, and we'll be back in a second. So we were
We're back.
talking about the whole Sven situation. Or as
Yeah.
currently the characters know him, Fear Incarnate.
He
You do
who
not know
must
his
not
name
be
yet.
named,
Um,
except Raphael knows him.
Yeah, Raphael knows him. But essentially, one of the questions Shadow has, which is honestly a good question, so Shadow, hero point. You get an extra one. Is how did he know about what happened with Melody years before he was born? Because you know he's not exactly hundreds of years old like Melody is. Question 2. How does he know a lot of things about you guys that you don't really keep anywhere but to your chest? How does he know what cards you're holding close to the vest?
Well, I know him personally, so it's gonna.
With
I'm
you,
going for my
that may...
Raphael will assume.
Yeah, for
Raphael
you
will
that's
assume.
obvious, but for us it shouldn't be.
Mhm.
Another important question is, like, how did he know how to write encoded messages that only 2 people had the code for at that point? Because the current state Alexstrasza was in, when you guys last saw her, was not something where she can basically tell anyone anything, right? So, it's not exactly
you
something
remind-
she can do a lot of talking in, essentially.
Could you remind us what was written in that code?
Basically, it looked as though, good old Nihil was taunting Matt, saying that Alex Strauss is alive and being tormented because he won't save her.
Cool. Okay,
Yeah.
and that was like a bit ago. Okay,
That
gotcha.
was like day 4 for you, Raphael. It was a interesting
Yeah.
week. That being said, we will get back into things because there are
Okay.
2 more little cinematic things to do before we go into the actual nitty-gritty of more Affinity missions. Anyways, 2 things. First of all, there's an additional chair at the head of the table, and Matt is sitting in it. Essentially, it looks like Matt has stepped up to the point where he is actually more of a co-ruler with Aurora. One of those things where he's a figurehead originally, essentially, because Taldor has this idea of pater familias without Aurora's father being around. It is one of these things where a lot of people would probably try and overthrow her just because Woman on the Throne is an interesting thing, especially if they're unmarried. But it looks like Matt is viewed as competent now. The other thing is that Glinda, who would typically be sitting near them or standing near them, is standing off to the side. Not as though she's being punished, but as though it's a symbolic gesture.
What's her read on Aurora? What's
So that sounds like a sense motive check for you guys.
Oh, well, I thought she was cautious, but sure.
You mean
Let me go up and get that sense motive check.
You're welcome for that one.
Maple gets a nat 20 on a perception check, so...
Amazing.
Whatever
amazing.
the heck happened, Matt seems to have both made it so that Aurora has more confidence in herself, but also more confidence in you. I.e., she won't be keeping you guys sidelined. You know, she's not exactly keen on keeping you out of anything that
They
you're
must
doing.
have had a nice night.
Yeah, they must have had a nice night.
Speaking
But
of nice night.
speaking of which, hello, Silver. Oh,
Silver?
What?
hello,
Who are
Silver.
Who are you? You're not
Oh
someone
my
I
god,
know.
I am so sorry for the delay.
Nah, you're fine, Silver.
It's fine.
I feel really bad. I'm so sorry.
You're good.
No,
you're
you're
all right.
fine. You were having a nice
Like,
day
we
out
were-
with your family.
Like,
You are no, Silver.
like-
You're fine. You're fine. Okay.
When you're not even
You're-
having you the opportunity to rebut, you're fine. You're good.
fine. Anyways.
oh boy.
Anyways, you came back just as Matt was about to say you were conscious again. So, yep. Long story short,
Yay.
Silver, you ended up in a position where, you know, I'll go into that position a bit more later on. That being said, Silver, introduce yourself.
Hello.
And it is good to see you.
Yee.
That being said, if you'll give me a second.
Hi, Silver. I'm Sass. This is Meme Monique. This here is Carl.
This is not a freaking alcohol's not alcoholic
Christian is
Anonymous meeting,
muted right
please,
now.
no.
You know.
Yes, he is
Hi.
muted.
Now he's unmuted. He said hi.
Well, he did say hi. That being said, I may or may not be planning something. It is Silver's birthday week. And for outside of the people who have been here a while, there is not
God.
necessarily
getting
a
interrupted.
tradition you all would know. However, for those
I'm
of
so
you
sorry.
who have been here for a while, there is a tradition I think we started on. God, was it my birthday last year? I have no freaking clue.
Was it your birthday the year before? Or you have
Maybe
no freaking clue?
I have no freaking clue.
Mhm.
But essentially, we are going to do something. Silver is somewhat aware of what this tradition is, and we
I'm
are
afraid.
going to build up the suspension and tenseness, because I'm not going to get into this block of text until it happens. So
There's a block of text. Okay.
yeah, there's just
Oh,
one
Lord.
final thing.
Anything
Box
but
text is box
reading.
text. That being said, hey, just out of curiosity, you got it tuned, buddy?
It's always tuned.
That's my secret
Oh, no.
cap. It's always
no.
tuned.
Always.
Oh, no.
tuned. What kind of guitar is it?
I just
Acoustic?
don't have a pick. Yes.
Nice.
Acoustic electric.
Acoustic.
So
Wait, what?
I gotta turn
It's an
you up,
acoustic guitar that can be plugged into an amp so it sounds louder.
Ah. Ah.
I am very much afraid. But yeah, no, I am terribly sorry on the delay. We were like leaving the store and then we took a detour down to a housing place because we're
Look
thinking
at my
about getting a
reaction.
different house.
Silver,
but-
look at my reaction to your nice
yeah, I
art.
saw.
But
Yeah.
again, Silver, it's no problem. You were having
You're
some
good.
fun with family, and besides, it's not like you were conscious for the first hour of today's session anyway. So
Yeah.
not too much you could have done.
We'll give you a
Um,
little poke and you're stable now.
Well, more of the whole, you were at a point in stability where you were unstable to the point if someone poked you wrong, you might die.
But now that you're not that anymore, we can poke you and you will not die.
Yes.
Huzzah!
Does anyone
Huzzah.
remember the poke feature of Facebook that would just be used to annoy people?
Oh, I don't even remember
yes,
that,
I
but
do, and it
Oh.
was
I just
trash.
got chills.
Matt, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to do with your boxes of text?
My boxes of, well, first of all, it's called box text because in Adventure Paths, it's typically in a box by itself.
Uh-huh.
So, it's box text dialogue. It is pre-planned dialogue. I have started writing my notes like a Pathfinder Society adventure, where
Yeah.
there
Oh,
is
God.
both room for the box text as well as the wonderful improv you guys have come to tolerate.
Was that whole section
Tolerate's a
with
strong
between
word.
Matt and Melody?
That was
box
box text. Yep. That was
Okay.
that was box text. I was basically, I knew Silver was gonna be away for a second, so I'm like, yeah, let me take this opportunity to take a nice little bit of box text, have a little bit of growth. Hey Alexa, how much longer on that timer?
Half a timer?
30 seconds, everyone. 30 seconds until showtime.
Wait, what?
Uh-oh.
I wasn't
Uh-oh.
given what?
I'm afraid.
We're all
I don't have a
afraid.
pick.
We're all like, what?
We're all supposed to, in 30 seconds, we're all supposed to put a box of text above Alvera, and we can say anything about Alvera.
Um,
Where?
I'm imagining
That's a lie.
it's
Don't
just
do that. Don't
Alvaro
do that.
gets
Don't do that.
squished by the boxes.
Alexa, stop. Happy birthday
Ah.
to you.
No.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Silver. Happy birthday to you. Alexa, stop.
Yeah.
And that is our
And
tradition.
so are you.
Oh my god.
I
What
just
the-
love how Christian is hyped to have performed on the guitar.
You're gonna do the standing here. I
It's
He was saying he was screaming about that he didn't have a pick.
Aw.
Yes, this is the wonderful tradition, and here's the thing: I organize it on everyone but my birthday. So
Okay.
What are we supposed to do for your birthday?
We're just gonna-
someone
we're
else
just
has to
gonna-
organize it.
I'm gonna-
Me, more than likely.
You can say, hey, say hi
Unless
to
you
Matt,
want to do
and that's his birthday present. That's it.
Anyways, yes, Silver, we appreciate you being here. You've done a lot of work for the channel, and go ahead, Keith.
Hello, Keith.
Happy birthday!
Hello.
Oh my
He
god.
came in just
Happy
as they
birthday.
finished
to
it.
say happy birthday.
I found a pick.
I mean, to be fair, he probably came in, saw none of us were singing, and was like, fuck, I'm late. So just said happy birthday.
You said
Hello.
5 minutes.
You literally missed it by like 30 seconds, dude.
Yeah, I actually, that was probably more like 5 minutes and 30 seconds, but yeah, no, I appreciate it. And if other people show up, we'll do it again.
Oh boy.
I
Oh,
expect
no.
to send another message that said like now.
Ah. Yeah, that probably would have been the intelligent decision.
You know, it's funny that because a new session was going, I like literally threw my shoes off and I didn't even change. I just got into my room and just flew my computer on. So I didn't even have a chance to change out of my clothes I went around in today. But oh well.
Anyways,
I'll do that later. I have
again,
to do
thank
boxes
you,
later.
Silver, for everything you do for everyone here. We appreciate you, and we hope you have another wonderful trip around that big ball of fire in the sky we call the sun.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday.
To
Happy
you.
I'm choking.
birthday. It's your birthday.
Yeah.
So,
Happy birthday.
that being said,
Okay, bye.
yep, see you tomorrow,
bye.
Keith. Anyways, and see you tomorrow too, Christian. Thank you for coming by today.
Okay. I
Yep,
guess I'll
see.
just go back to listening
care.
quietly.
I mean, yeah.
You can listen, yeah.
You can even go to the stream and watch.
Oh yeah.
No, don't pump up his numbers. Don't pump up his number.
Oh,
Pump
shut
up
it.
his numbers!
No.
Quick, pump his numbers!
It's now above 10. No.
Really?
Yeah, it is. We have more than 10 subscribers actually.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
We've
Hello.
had this for months.
Okay, is it other than us?
Yeah, it's other than us, I think.
Yay.
Yeah, at least one or two more than us. So, that being said, I think that before I begin this next line of box text, you guys, I'm hearing
What
a
are
bit
we
of an
hearing?
echo.
Oh, okay.
Because Christian has two mics and one of them is good at picking up a couple of things at a time.
Ah, gotcha.
And then Meme's listening to a video.
Hey, man, K, you there?
Meh.
No. Here.
I think we'll take another just very small break, and then I'll get into the next bit of
We were
box
very
text.
tired from saying happy birthday.
Yes, we need to take a breather. We sung happy birthday.
Oh, take care.
Be right back. Yeah, I'm saying stuff. There's just a small bit of box text. I'll get through that, but first I want to make a joke. This episode is brought to you by SideQuest. SideQuest, I have a problem.
Yes.
But I also have solutions to my problems.
Oh, are you taking a break? Is that why?
Yeah, that's why it was
not doing
deafened.
anything? Okay.
I mean, can you hear me now while I'm talking?
Yes.
Yeah, yep. But that's the joke, because I tend to have you guys go on a lot of side quests, because I've built this wonderful world, and I want you to explore the people and places of it. That being said, we have been put on a time limit. I thought of one solution, and then figured, nah, I can think of a better solution. So, introducing, the events... Christian?
Yes.
I can
we
hear my
recording again?
yeah, we're live again. That's
Hello.
Welcome back.
My
so
headphones aren't working.
I mean, also, Christian, I can hear myself echoing twice through you at the moment.
Oh dear. Let me fix
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, buddy. I know you're in the live chat, and I do always have that open, and I'm paying attention to that very frequently throughout this, so you will always have a way to talk to me. All you have to do is type. That being said, you guys are entering into your basically daily meeting at this time, where you go over what the plan is for today, what has changed since yesterday. Daily briefing, right? So, as you enter the meeting room, you are met by a woman who just radiates beauty. She is of elven descent, from the looks of things. She strums a lute, and as you enter, she says to you, "Greetings. I am Callistria. I'm here to give you a little gift. Not loot or blessings, but rather time.
Oh, this
You
is
need
my
not...
deity.
This
One
is
of my
one of your
deities.
deities.
Yeah.
You need not worry about the time limit you're on. You will be gifted by the gods with a unique gift.
What the fuck is going
The
on?
events of a day happening with this ability to reset the day and have those things remain the same is your new gift. The time to bolster your forces is available to you, because when the next day comes, when you deem it fit, we can use this gift to have everything go back to the beginning of the day before, with what you did still in effect that same day. We call this gift the Eternal Hourglass. Use it wisely. Also, if this isn't being used to help you save the world, we aren't going to actually allow the use of it. So, for instance, you just can't use it to make infinite amount of money, essentially. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, powerful gift, we have to limit it some way, but basically, if you can give us a reasonable excuse as to why you can do something, or why you need to do something, we'll accept it. Other than that, you might be asking yourself, who got me involved in this? Well, Melody wants to thank you all for a debt she feels she owes you. And, well, let's just say I have an eye on a few of you myself. That being said, if you ever need my help, give me a call. And she seems to look in the direction of some of you. Amongst them are immediately she's like staring down Matt for some odd reason, and then looking towards a couple of you. Those amongst you don't really catch. She's like darting her eyes quickly past the first one. In other words, she does have eyes on a few of you. It's just not entirely obvious who those few of you are just yet.
She can see us, but she can look at us, but we don't see her looking at us.
Well, more of a outside of Matt, and you know she looked at you for a second, Raphael. Outside of you two, you're not entirely sure which other people she might have looked at with that Callistrian gaze, as I like to call it. That being
Oh.
said, with the power of the infinite hourglass, you can now use a single day to take as many affinity missions as you want, thus allowing you to do side quests and gain the rewards of various affinity lines with other characters. For those of you who are new, affinity is a system I use to establish how close you are with a particular NPC. And affinity can be gained either by, if the NPC is constantly around you, talking with them, building a relationship like you would an actual character, right? Or through the wonderful thing we call affinity missions, which will be the next segment we go into today.
Yay!
All of that being said, I will now ask you all to take a few minutes to think about things you might want to buy, and take care of your daily preparations, because I am putting, no, I'm not quite ready for those yet. Never mind. There are potentially combat-related affinity missions, but a lot of affinity missions involve social stuff. So just be aware. Depending upon what thing you poke, you might find yourself in a fight. That being said. I think I am think I'm missing implementing some character sheets. So that being said, I'm actually going to be limiting options further, because while writing wise I am 4 weeks ahead of schedule at the moment, I'm forgetting to make character sheets for a couple of affinity missions.
Looking too far in the future when we gotta focus on today.
Well, more of a, I forgot to make the character sheet for a couple of fights. So, originally I was thinking, oh yeah, you won't have a particular affinity mission open to you guys, but now I'm thinking, yeah, but that doesn't require me a sheet, to make a sheet. So, as many as you can do in a session, right?
As many as I can do in a session.
Basically, affinity missions are sometimes designed to take an entire session, sometimes they're designed to take half of a session, sometimes they're designed to take a third of a session, or whatever. So, we'll take another quick, we're gonna take just another second, let Silver get back, then I'll tell you, I'll ask you guys about some affinity missions that are available. So, see you in a second.
Carl.
So Carl is definitely interested in that. So I believe you are dedicating today to recruiting graves.
Wow, I didn't know recruiting graves would be so ancient.
So Matt,
Are we back in?
yeah, we're back in. Matt is sitting
Hello.
at the table with you all, and he's like, so Graves is not in the room currently. Currently, you hear Graves because, well, his new toy. But he calls you in to, he takes you from that room and brings you to the study and says, "We like Graves, right? I mean, well, I do.
Hey,
And
Graves.
Graves is not here yet.
Oh, I thought you was.
No,
Yeah,
no,
so-
you hear Graves because of the new toy, because every time he moves, he makes a small bit of noise, and currently he's doing laps. So,
Yep.
he's having fun. Well, I do know one thing. We have yet to actually give him a job offer. So why not? Well, I feel we need to do so in a bigger way. Plus, we don't know much about him, so I thought to myself, let's find an old friend of his, but then I thought, no, let's take him out on a hunt. And, well, I found a good target. You see, an ancient enemy of Andoran, a dragon named Dramu the Blizzard. An ancient white dragon, so, pretty good challenge. Well, what do you say? Pays about 5,000 gold. That's a lot of silence.
I'm wondering.
Shadow
Like, am I the
literally
only
just
one that's
staring
going to
at
talk?
Matt.
I
It's
want
like,
someone
do you
else to
really
talk.
need to ask?
Listen, I understand if you want to, like, oh, this, you don't want to respond, like, but we can't hear your silence, Carl.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Gotcha. Okay.
But
Carl is like, Shadow's
Shadow's
like,
literally just giving him the, when are we going? Look.
Shadow is just like jumping in the air. He's just like yes, yes, yes.
Matt's just like, okay, so let me say this again. Pay is 5,000 gold.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about the money. I would have
Matt,
put
like,
gonna
face
get
palms
this.
and rubs his temple.
We're
He's
gonna
like,
get a dragon voice.
Matt just face palms and rubs his head. This is going to be incredibly dangerous. There's a lot of money for a random tangent unless it's going to be incredibly dangerous or important. This is going to be dangerous. Are you sure you want to come with me on this hunt?
Is it more dangerous than what we faced?
I mean, technically,
Come on,
we've never faced.
Can't be worse than that freaking green dragon incident.
We can handle this, Matt. I think we can handle this one.
Okay, well, in that case, let's go find Graves. So,
Side note, off character. I can't wait for us to totally struggle with this dragon and nearly die. Back to character.
Yeah, it is one of those things where it is level appropriate challenge. Now,
Gotcha.
ahead of time, I would like you all to place yourself on this board and roll initiative, but there's not quite a fight yet. Because I have more box text and we have some stuff.
I'm trying to find my characters.
So, Matt approaches you, sorry, you approach Graves in the bar.
Oh, he's no longer running. Okay.
Well, actually, sort of. It's more of this thing where he knows he's coming in soon. Because it says, well, he's going to be in soon. He needs a drink after all that running. Anyways, are you all ready to fight an ancient white dragon? It's no easy threat, and, they can...
let me just roll initiative real quick, and I think that'll be my answer. If it's very low, then yeah. Then I'll push it.
Look, we need to be careful. So, well, we'll need to tell Graves that too. And Graves enters. He seems to have been listening to you. He's like, "You're not serious, are you? An ancient white dragon? Are you mad?" So Matt says, "What's the matter, Graves, chicken?" Chicken? No one calls me chicken.
Oh my gosh! what have
Oh
you
god,
done?
you pushed the button, guys.
You can't
So
just say that.
Graves moves towards Matt and says, "Let's do this." So Matt says, "You're a good man." Now then, off to the forest, down with the evil Drame the Blizzard. Graves yells, "Let's fucking go!" And Matt's like, "Oh, by the way, we should probably put on some winter clothes because it's an ancient white dragon."
There might be some snow. Fun fact.
Fun fact, they create a little bit of a personal blizzard.
Mhm.
It's
As
just
you can
like
tell by the
Krishal
name,
Aura, but instead
drama,
of wind,
Ramu,
it's
whatever
just
the
a
first name
blizzard.
is of the blizzard. He might do
Ramu
some-
the Blizzard, yeah. It's pretty obvious what Ramu does.
I'm just imagining Krishal de Aura at this point. It's just like, oh hey, a huge wind tornado. Oh wait, no, that's a blizzard.
Actually, it's one of these things where it has an aura where it gets some additional action or reaction to activate it when it uses its breath weapon.
I bring a little Otis. Yo, buddy.
Hey, another question. Are you positive about that?
What's wrong with that? Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
You say that as if it's something wrong.
Well, I mean, theoretically speaking, you would take Otis with you anyways. Actually, I'll get into that in a second.
No, gosh. What did I do wrong?
Nothing, because
You brought Otis. That's what happened.
Anyways,
Silver,
if you can line yourself up on the current line.
Is Silver here?
I believe Silver is here, or...
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello. How do you do?
So, before you all actually get to the thing, you have some time to talk with Graves, pick his brain, and get to know the guy, which is the whole purpose of this. The purpose is not so much to fight a dragon, but rather to get Graves in a state where he is going to be more blunt and honest about things.
Get more blunt.
So, like, that's why Matt said, oh, maybe we could find one of his old friends or whatever, but then it's like, nah, let's go find a dragon, because why not? But, you know, you're in your nice winter clothing. Fun fact, Graves is wearing what he typically wears, except he has a green sweater on underneath his already
so he looks
armor.
like a Santa. He looks like Santa, but he's just has a green sweater over it. Okay.
A green sweater underneath his armor. So, like, that armor he's currently wearing, just imagine a green, like, ugly sweater with no marking on underneath it. Canonically speaking, that's what Winter Graves looks like. Anyways, you guys, before you get to the dragon, have time to talk to the man.
Well, first I want to check up on Alvera. This is her first battle since she got up. So how are you?
Is she even participating in this? I feel like she
Yeah.
wouldn't be.
Why wouldn't she be? She's fully healthy. I mean,
Yeah, but do you think she's mentally stable for that?
Yeah, that's the part where I'm.
Should we do a different job then? Because of
if she's
that
not
fight.
here, then it's gonna make this battle way harder.
We'll do a different job.
Oh,
we'll ease her back into things. So we'll do this later on in the session. We get ready to do our mission, and then Matt's like, hey, I just realized something. Alvera looks he looks over at Alvera. What's Alvera looking like at the moment?
To be fair, she just kind of looks like she's very much out of it. And it's in a way where it looks like she could just throw up.
And Matt looks at the rest of us like, okay, Graves, you are one of us, but we are doing this initiation later on. And he pulls you all aside and is like, okay, guys, new fucking plan. We need to fix that. And he sort of sheepishly points at Alvera.
I give a little pat on the little kitsune's head.
Is that working?
Probably not.
Probably not.
It will work. It will work.
I
I
mean,
know my ways.
Matt just sort of looks at it as like, I don't think that's gonna work.
It will work. Yeah, go ahead.
So, fuck it. I am doing this now. I'm going to change the stream's thumbnail after the fact. Silver, my gift to you is happening today, apparently, because we need to get you back into tip-top shape. So, I need to change the actual thing on that thumbnail to say part 39, but or to say 40 or whatever this is. I think I named the stream wrong. Did I name the stream wrong? I think I named the stream wrong. Let me.
Yeah, you might have.
What are we doing?
No,
here,
I didn't. We are going back to the first piece of notes I took down because we are going back to
we're just completely turning this around. I'm so sorry.
Nah,
right.
nah, it's your birthday celebration, and you're right. Your character. So
Your character doesn't feel so good.
When you woke up, in a bed somewhere unfamiliar, and you hear a voice. Hey, Alvera, good to see you're awake. To your right, you would see Matt, who looks like he hasn't slept in a while. He says, well, no worries. We got you safe. This is an odd demi-plane that I got from Old Mage Jatembe. Wedding gift and all. Now, I have bad news. There was one wound that neither Melody nor Melvin could fix. And, based upon some digging I did, it seems like this wound might have some history to it.
I'm sorry. You are now gay.
I'm sorry, but you probably won't ever be able to have children.
She just kind of like squints a little bit, tilting her head, because she's still like trying to like come to terms here. It's like, what?
Your womb was irreparably damaged by the bullet. They both tried, but no dice. Unless you find some magical way, you're not having children. Melvin recommends a few more hours of rest. A bit more. I'll see you soon. Then Matt sort of heads off, and you're left alone in the room. You want to look around a bit?
Yeah, she'll just kind of at least like kind of sit herself up a little bit and just kind of like look around to see what all the hell's going on, because she's still trying to at least wake up because she feels like she's been through like a horrifically bad sleep. Like one of those like miserably couldn't sleep that well kind of sleeps.
So you find a letter in the room from your mother, and it reads as follows. Dear Alvera, I'm sorry for what I have done. Not for the prostitution, but for how I had you through the power of Ignis. We were not aware of our debt's magnitude. You see, I met your father in Absalom. I used to do what you do. Well, what you do now. I know that, I know now that the curse our family wields will continue if you continue on the journey you are at. I ended up having to give birth to you through the power of Ignis because I was ordered to kill your father, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I pointed the gun into my gut, shot myself, and my wound was never the same. It was irreparable. And I didn't want something similar to happen to you. I didn't want a curse left upon our family for generations to continue. So now, it is your duty that you've decided to go down this road of yours to find a way to get our family out of this predicament. Find a way to break the curse and live your life.
Because Ever just kind of like stares there for a minute, just kind of like reading over it again before she just kind of like groans a little bit and just kind of like folds it back up and just pretty much rolls herself to lay back down because she's just kind of like she's still pretty much kind of in that really weird state where she has like a headache and she's not feeling all that great, and she's just like, if I go through anything else here, I'm going to stress myself out to the point of being in pain again. So she just kind of rolls over to lay down again.
So, you're given a couple more hours to sleep, but in that time, you are met with a rush of various memories, all of which seem to happen when you and your family lived for a short period of time in Absalom before moving to the last place you resided. A lot of things don't seem to add up. Your memories seem to either be lying to you or you have forgotten some very important details. A deep part of you wants to go to Absalom to find out what is truth, what is fiction, and why any of this is happening. Welcome to the Alvera special, everyone.
It took a couple of twister turns, but we're finally here, boys.
So, you wake up, you're back to normal. However, before, you actually get back to normal, you find yourself, going into your room in the embassy and falling asleep there to actually get the full effects of a rest. And when you wake up, everything that happened has happened, and then Matt just sort of sees you struggling to get into it, and then we leave off where we originally started with Raphael petting you.
And asking what's wrong. But first I asked what's wrong, and then I started petting you. Pat, 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 pat.
So she just kind of like tilts her head away a little bit. It's like, I'm fine.
I'm inclined to think you're not fine. What's the problem?
So she just kind of like, pretty much kind of like
You guys
crosses
got
her arms.
quiet.
Hello? Can you hear us?
I mean, I can now. You guys got quiet all of a sudden.
We've been hearing each other.
That's
I mean, yeah, I'm just saying it got quiet. I could still hear you guys, but remember to project.
Okay. Anyways.
Jackson.
This episode is brought to you by voice acting coaches. We need one. Anyways,
I'm lying down, but I will
I'm
still
sorry.
project.
no,
So,
I'm joking.
Alvera, how? What seems to be the problem, Alvera?
So she just kind of crosses her arms, like, there's nothing wrong. I'm fine.
Are you positive there's nothing wrong? A voice mentions from behind you.
I was gonna say
Who's
she just kind of
behind her?
like. I was gonna say she just kind of like quickly turns around.
And you all sort of turn around, and you see none other than Miu standing in the doorway
boy.
there. And Miu says,
I was gonna say, just a quick question: are you taking over for doing
I am
that
taking
part,
over
Alright,
Miu
that's
for
fine.
the purposes of today.
That's fine.
My
You have the notes. I don't. Continue.
Miyu says, I'm certain you got the letter I left you. I left it in your capable leader's hands to hand off.
I was gonna say she just kind of like stares for a minute, and then her ears just kind of like slowly fold back a little bit before she just kind of looks away to glance at the floor.
Well, regardless, this is why I tried to dissuade you. I am here if you need me, but it seems like your mind is in another place, child.
So she just kind of like goes to rub her eyes a little bit. It's like, I don't see why you couldn't have just told me to begin with.
How would I have told you?
She just kind of like sighs a little bit. It's like, you could have at least tried to some way instead of giving me no reason as to why you're trying so hard to pull me away from doing any of this.
How would it have stopped you, Alvara? You and I, unfortunately, have one common thing. We're stubborn, set in our ways. Your father was too. You wanted to be just like Dad. And, well, I knew there was no stopping you if I just told you what had happened. In fact, if I had told you that I tried to kill your father before we were married, you probably would have gone in a completely different direction with that at the time.
Off character. That's probably, wow. That's incredibly tsundere. Anyways, go ahead. Off character, of course. I'm not saying that with Raphael in mind. Come on, go ahead.
So, I didn't tell you outright because I knew that would lead to this result as well. I had no good options, Alvara. But I desperately didn't want you to hate me. And you can say I failed. That's fine. But if that's the case, then don't be like me. If you find my dishonesty so appalling, then tell them what's wrong. Or you can continue to be like me and lie to them that everything is alright.
As her eyes just kind of seem to water a bit. It's like, I don't hate you. I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. I was just so against the whole thing of being pulled away from what I thought was right, especially to do for Dad, but... And she just kind of seems to, like, just cover her face because she's just starting to get a little heavier in tears.
You wanted to do what was right by your father, so you abandoned me, huh? That doesn't sound quite right now, does it? And she leaves.
And she just kind of pretty much just sits down on the floor, just pretty much crying.
Well,
I go to comfort.
Well, I think it is about close to hero point number 2 of the day. So, I am going to take another quick break.
Wow.
This time, I want to go over some things and figure out why you guys keep dropping in audio level.
Is that me or
everyone?
I don't? What did I do?
I don't know.
I have no idea. It's
Ah!
just Discord is dropping audio every once in a while. Not like entirely, but
No.
be right
How
back,
low do I
everyone.
sound?
So this has been extended to a 15 for the purposes of me telling people to take care of themselves and them actually doing it. So give us a bit more time, people. We're going back to being live right now,
What
so...
the fuck? And you didn't share?
Hold up.
Yes,
No,
I
let
like
me...
them too.
Peanuts?
Let's
Honey roasted
let's hear
peanuts.
let's hold up. Let's hear Silver eat her Arby's sandwich and burrito.
No! No!
Silver ASMR, go.
No, this is not
I'm
this is an
sorry.
entertainment stream, not an
wanted
ASMR
to
stream.
share
But
your
Silver,
It'd
eat!
still be
Eat,
entertaining.
Silver!
I'm eating.
Anyways, now I'm giving the same warning to my audience that I gave to my players behind closed doors to see if they're willing to go through with it. And they are. Today's episode, past this point, has an unfortunate warning. If you are going to be easily upset by depictions of marital abuse, child abuse, and are the result of several affairs, then please, I encourage you to keep watching anyways, but be aware of what's coming.
Abuse.
And we will try to drop. We will try to.
I'm just slapping you with
drop
these warnings,
content
but continue to watch
warnings
anyway.
We will try to
I
drop
mean,
content
it's
warnings
all
when needed
fictional.
for those who want to skip.
I mean, yeah, if you want to skip it, that's fine. It's all fictional, and it totally is going to be relevant in understanding everything going forward. So
It's
yeah,
gonna
go ahead
put
and
up
skip it.
deep childhood traumas. So
So,
I went through some hell.
but
All we
here's
need to
the
do now is
thing,
make timestamps.
Alvara. Here's the thing, Alvara. Nah, man. Just if people don't start from the beginning of this, then no.
I won't be surprised.
I would be surprised, actually, because who the heck is going to go to a 4 or 5 hour live stream and just go, I want to see what happens in, like, 3 hour 3 minute 55,
I think some
second
people would do that.
45. Unfortunately, you're right. Some people would do that. Anyways, regardless, Alvara, are you going to tell your friends what is happening with you?
That's a good question, because to be fair, if she was caught in the way that she would have no choice. Because everybody obviously knows something's a problem.
Well, it's not even just that. If you said, that's a good question, and then said no, I was going to say, nope, you are, because you've got someone in your head controlling you. Yes. This episode is brought to you by the Dominate spell, because when you can control your player's actions,
Featuring
sometimes it
Replica.
makes fun. Anyways, yeah, so Alvara,
This episode's brought to you by the Domination spell, featuring out Replica.
Yes. Anyways, Silver, you have this wonderful thing. Now, I am turning the tables over to you to improv out some of the memories that have gone on in your head.
Oh boy. How the hell would I even go on about this?
I mean, probably in tears, rambling in a way that doesn't entirely make sense.
Yeah, no, that probably would be the correct the correct answer.
Maybe you
so
can get
please
like a name out. The name you are looking for is Diana Scarlett. For this particular instance, so go ahead, give me your best impression of Alvara crying and sobbing and mumbling until she says a name.
I was gonna say you mentioned that, and I was gonna jokingly start making a noise, but
Oh, seriously, just
but
make
to be
a noise.
but to be fair, because I probably wouldn't be able to do that, you're just gonna have to imagine it in your head. But
Yeah, try it.
the only thought in my head when it comes to that kind of shit is just.
Yeah, that works. Go ahead, do it.
It
for a bit.
works.
Yeah, it works.
Try it. Yeah, try it.
Oh God!
You're not supposed to be
Oh,
laughing right now. You're supposed
Jesus.
to be crying.
Yeah, there's just gonna be a lot of whining and just a whole lot of.
Go on.
I can't believe you're putting me through this.
I'm putting you through this.
Oh dear God. God, Does
It's
this
alright, we
have
can
to
give you a
actually
moment.
be noises, or would I just be able to
give me
catch?
at least like 15 seconds of noises, and we'll.
That's a bit. Can we wind that down to 10? I think we can do 10 instead
Yeah,
of
10, 10, 10, 10,
Yeah.
10.
Oh God, you're putting me through hell today.
Well,
And you're
yeah.
lucky I'm home alone.
Happy birthday.
I mean, to be
Welcome to
fair,
hell.
my birthday presents when it comes to sessions do often tend to lead to pain.
Go!
And the funny part is,
I know
I
that
never
very
got
well.
mine, so I haven't experienced my pain yet. But I have a feeling I'm going to.
I might give
Can't
you
wait
the
to see what-
perfect gift
Can't wait
for
to see what
every
everybody does for
edgelord
Alvara's
character.
birthday.
Oh God.
Anyways, not important. Alvara, I need to hear whimpering fox noises, please.
I don't think she can do it, Matt. It's been a minute, and she hasn't done it.
I'm sorry. It's going.
Or you
through
can
my
go
head
in
that
the complete
was stupid.
or you can go through in the complete opposite direction and start laughing like a maniac. So since
mean,
you've
to
already
be
been
fair-
doing that for a bit, why don't you just say the name and we can get going?
Why would she be laughing in this situation, though?
I mean,
Alvara.
she's
Alvara.
laughing out of the anxiety of, oh God, this shit's falling apart.
You are falling apart. Oh my gosh.
Anyway, she's just kind of going on about shit, and then mentions up the good old name of Diana Scarlet.
Like, that's legitimately off character. Oh, sorry, in character, Raphael is like, is she okay?
Yeah,
You're
'cause-
laughing while she's sobbing. Is that a
Yeah,
bit...
no, she's anxious, she's upset, she doesn't know what the fuck to do.
Her mom just pulled the biggest "I fucking told you so" of all time on her.
Big oof.
It was so ridiculous that she started to cry and laugh.
Anyways, Matt just is like, did she just say Diana Scarlet?
I believe she did, yeah.
I believe that means we're heading to Absalom because those two went back today.
Oh my gosh, we just talked to them too.
Why? The inconvenience.
Oh well. To Absalom we go. Better pack your stuff, guys.
Better question. Do any of you have a 7th level, 8th level teleport?
Only a 6th level one, because I just got the access to 6th level spells.
Well, I'll go
There's
book
no way I
us
can
a
do a 7th, right?
teleport. No, there's not. I'll go book us teleport to Absalom. I just...
Wait, who is? Wait, who is?
Matt.
Matt!
I
You told
literally...
you had this power for the entire time?
Not me. I'm gonna have to go ask Linda for a teleport to Absalom.
Oh,
And
okay.
somehow avoid talking about how one of my friends is broken and I need this to fix them.
Just think of it as a team building issue.
I was gonna
Let's try
say,
to
not
continue
to
that.
mention for some visual notes, is that there's clearly something wrong when Alvara's particular lava parts are very much extinguished.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there is very, very particular things that changes depending her mood.
I thought that would be based off of body temperature, if I'm being honest with you.
It's kind of a mixture of both, but right now she's kind of
Maybe
like
it's
very
like
It's
what?
based off her
underlined.
mom, okay?
Anyways, so you all Matt comes back like 10, 50 minutes later, somewhere in that time, give or take another 10, 50 minutes.
Well, I mean, the teleport is usually 10 minutes to chance, right?
Well, yes, and but he comes back, he's like, oh, thank God I managed to get away with that. Anyways, we've got teleport being prepared at
he went high or low to himself. He went low and he rolled low, so yay.
More of like a thing where Matt has just learned how to get around the questions Glinda's been asking. But so he's like, we've got a teleport prepared. We need to somehow get Alvara over to the lodge of the Pathfinder Society without Glinda seeing her like this.
Ah. Hmm.
So
gonna have
I
to put in-
propose, that. Oh God, how do I say this?
Say it.
So Graves is still in the room, right? And he walks up to Graves, is like, fastball special.
Oh, oh no.
What?
Oh,
What did you ask?
Do I have to go long?
What does this mean?
Matt just says, Matt just walks over, picks up over, and is like, yeah, don't worry, I'll take care of this. Graves can throw the both of us, and just Graves goes out, throws open the door to the fallen down balcony, and just tosses the two of them. Is like, okay, they're gone.
I honestly was just thinking to put her. I honestly was just thinking to put her into like Graves' big green sweater or something, so that no one has to see her burn parts or something.
And Graves looks at you and is like, that probably would have been a better idea. I'm not sure how good he is at landing.
Matt. Anyway.
Oh, here's a crash on the other side of the freaking area. It's like,
no good, sir. Matt has catfall. And
yeah, you could still fall on a cart with enough
I'm
force
more
to
saying
break
that
it.
I'm more screaming at Matt because he went about it in a rather chaotic way, which is sort of in his nature to do, but still.
No, like that. Typically, Matt would think like, yes, let's do stealth, but Matt's just like, I feel like flying. Or
I
like flying.
I feel like
also, it's one of these things where it's like, oh God, she mentioned that one of my mothers. Well, today's episode is brought to you by my death happening in 50 minutes.
Oh my God! You should probably get a health potion so you don't get don't get your health get to 0.
Yep. So you guys find your way to the lodge after finding Matt on top of a roof. On his feet, and then he jumps down. He was like, yes. Anyways,
So
let's get going.
We're just in a different lodge, and we're not in Epsilon. We're just still in.
You're in Andrin,
Yes.
in the Almas Lodge, which is the former church of Eriton, that the Pathfinders Pathfinder Society bought on the cheap because, well, Eriton died, and
so they should have because
it's free
of the
real
Pathfinder
estate.
place, there should be another Pathfinder porter to a different place. Yeah, I got you.
No, there's powerful enough people in the lodge to cast that level of
Oh,
teleport.
okay, got you.
Yeah. Because a long time ago, the Pathfinder Society had to prove themselves a useful tool to the people of Almas.
Wow.
Yep. And you can read and play these situations in Pathfinder Societies, the East Hill Haunting, and Inheritor's Right.
East Hill Haunting and Inheritor's Right. All good.
Yep, part of Season 3, Year of Shattered Sanctuaries, last season. Anyways, you guys managed to find your way to Absalom in the Puddles District. Again.
Puddles.
No. We are not talking about the pulse. No.
Puddles.
excuse me, I could just imagine Shadow goes up, just immediately grabs him by the arms, like, nope, we're heading off.
No.
We're not doing this today.
I pick him up by, like, around the waist, lift him up. It's like, nope.
You want to go somewhere else, Shadow? You seem you don't want to be in here.
Yes.
No. Like, Puddles District. The Puddles District is brought to you by my player stupidity. Puddles District.
Puddles.
Every time you say Puddles, Carl dies on the inside because technically he's promised to clip together every moment that the word Puddles is said in these streams.
Oh, you're gonna have fun
at the end of all of this.
Yeah, that's why I'm like having it outside of like the first 8 episodes.
Are you
after
even
that
able? Yeah, are
is
you
like
even
I
able
now
to
have
do
to
that?
mark down when the fuck it's mentioned, and god damn it, you two.
Which episode? Which episode did this occur? Because you.
I think
Well,
it was like episode like
It was one
three.
of it was one of the first ones we did streaming, so
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then it was literally just a meme for like 8 episodes.
yes. Anyways,
So
you
please
find
stop
yourself
mentioning it.
you eventually find your way out of the Puddles district.
Puddles, 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 puddles.
And you find yourself in the Temple of Iomade in Absalom. And Diana's in the middle at the altar praying.
I'm not sure.
Also, you've walked into a
Yeah.
gathered congregation.
How big is this congregation? How filled to the seats are we?
What's the biggest cathedral you can think of?
I'm thinking of St. Peter's Basilica.
Yeah,
It's not the biggest, but
yeah.
it's probably like in terms of like historic. Are you saying that's like historical as that, or?
I'm saying that it's a
Or are we
big
talking like the size-
congregation.
Or are we talking about
And
the size of the Vatican?
we're maybe more
Yeah.
along the lines. This is more like a Vatican situation.
Gotcha.
Well,
Right,
you
it's
I'm
a
basically-
fucking country.
we're in the middle of their base. You're telling us like the middle of their base, their biggest base, the main base.
You're
are
in
you
the
saying-
middle of their biggest church, in the middle of them currently hosting a sermon by Diana Scarlett, because
We
your
do
timing is impeccable.
We do like interfering with congregation.
I say let's sit down and wait.
That's
So
a
we
good
just-
because
question.
we've already
Alvera,
interrupted
are you
them.
going to sit down and wait?
What is Alvera gonna
I mean,
do?
she
What are you
will
gonna
sit.
do?
She will sit and wait, but you're gonna have to kind of like try and keep her quiet because
I
she's still
think
upset.
We have
I think
everyone around.
I-
We're in the biggest congregation. We can get a cast. Just say like, yeah, calm down.
I was gonna say, I think you may or may not have picked up on this already, and you definitely have not. When I ask you, are you going to just sit down and wait, when people are saying, oh yeah, let's sit down and wait, that person is the man your father cheated on your mother with.
Wait.
One of them.
Oh, the one in Diana Scarlett. Gotcha.
Yep,
Okay.
Diana Scarlett. And you have a voice in the back of your head that sounds like you telling you, fuck this bitch's church. I need to get something off my goddamn chest. In other
Wow,
words,
you're about to make an entire
you
scene.
you
Good luck,
basically
have
walk
fun.
into the Pope talking to a crowd of people and said, you unholy fuck.
You're in the middle. You're in the middle of the Pope doing his own mass, okay? And you're.
To be fair, if this is something that's happening in the back of her head, she's probably just like literally like grabbing her head, just like trying to keep herself stable. Because my God,
You
she's
have to
going
act
through
it
hell
out.
right now.
You're gonna either wait 30 minutes and do it anyways, or you're gonna do it now. What you gonna do?
Well,
Or you know,
the
we could
answer
have
as
Matt
to
flag her down and just say, "Hey, it's like I
What
need
is
to
Matt
talk to
doing?
you."
Yeah.
what is Matt doing? He unlike the rest of you realized mass was going on, and he doesn't want to get his ass whooped for
Listen.
walking in late to mass.
I have a feeling that the person who opened that door in the middle of the mass was Matt. So don't say it was like, oh, he's very enlightened now. He knows all about.
Well, no, it's just he's done it enough times to know, oh, wait, there's no paladin station outside of the door. We probably should... Oh, and there goes the door. Well,
I didn't open that. You opened that.
honestly, I imagined this conversation happening and then just Alvera and all of you getting, like, the entire congregation staring back at you.
Oh my gosh!
It's like Alvera. I don't think we. Okay, it's already happening. Great.
You gotta be kidding me.
Well, it's too late now.
You wonder why I don't worship Iomade at this point.
Fair enough.
And, Diana
You don't say that
just...
to the entire congregation.
No, Matt definitely does, because he knows these people. He knows
Okay.
what he's walked into. He's just glad to have walked into this with company. And Diana's like, holy shit, what? How many times do I have to tell you this? And she looks back and she looks at it. Oh, more than just you. Okay. Take 15, everyone. I'll be right back. And she walks out and she drags you all with her. And she says, "Okay, what the fuck do you all want?"
Alvera?
I was gonna say she just kind of walks up a little bit. It's like, I'm pretty much kind of why we're all here.
Ah. Huh. Okay, what do you want? I'm in the middle of mass.
I had a bit of a memory thing come up that you were related with, and that's why I came here.
Okay, can you be a bit more specific?
I honestly
You gotta
can't
call this
remember
bitch out. Come on.
if I'm remembering this correctly or not, but you were essentially associated with my father, I believe.
Can you be more specific?
Do you have any idea how little that whittles that down?
Name, maybe?
It's gonna say you can tell she's kind of struggling a little bit. It's like,
Just like
how much more specific do I need to be?
a name.
A name or what I was doing with or to your father. I mean, if I killed your father, this is like the third time this week that someone's walked up to me and said, "Hello, my name is so-and-so. You killed my father. Prepare to die."
Did they die?
They did die because I killed their fathers because their fathers were assholes.
Oh my gosh. Killing entire families.
I was gonna say she's like trying to get herself to process correctly. It's like, does the name Akito Akabane ring a bell?
I didn't kill him, but I do know the guy associated with that. Also, wait, Alvera? Look at how you grew up.
Just because she just kind of looks at her a little confused, like,
Oh yeah, last time I saw you, Matt was still in diapers. Aw.
I could just imagine how that silence just shadow cops in the background.
You gotta, Alvera, Silver, you're giving us mixed emotions. Are you mad at her, or is the entire thing a joke, or confused?
You and your family was our neighbors back in the day.
Really now. I don't think I really remember that far back then.
Okay, then what brings you here?
I am essentially trying to locate information based on what I'm remembering, especially the one I had just mentioned to you. I'm trying to make sense of what my head is telling me.
Well, what do you remember? Maybe I can help you narrow down what was happening in those memories. You were rather young when you left Absalom, so forgetting some things makes a little bit of sense considering your upbringing at the time.
I mean, considering you mentioned up that he, of course, wasn't anybody that you would have killed, but there was things behind it that I don't. She just kind of like holds her hands together and kind of just like gestures them forward a little bit. It's like, I don't think I'm quite comfortable to mention it, especially right here and now. But I think you may get the memo.
Oh,
if you want
wait.
Yeah.
you're doing the little okay hand symbol and then the pointer finger.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
like she
in
like
and out.
clapped them together and it's like motioning them
Oh!
forwards.
Okay. All right.
And Diana looks
Saying
at you
for
and is
both.
like, "No, I did not sleep with your father. Your father was an asshole. He did try, but
I was gonna say you can kind of tell like a cold sweat kind of just like drifted over. It's like, I
I mean, to be fair, your father did sleep around like it was no one's business."
she just kind of gets like physically startled by that information.
I mean, like, my God, his body count was incredible.
Some people. There are some people who just.
And Amber just kind of like slowly starts to look like she's gonna be fucking sick.
I mean, honestly, I'm surprised you and your mother even stayed around the guy. Well, like, were you like forced to do so because of some higher? Oh,
Give us a range.
Like 400.
Wow. Okay.
Gal looks extremely terrified at that body.
You probably have a bunch of step siblings.
Oh no,
Be aware
no,
of
no. Neither of her parents were fertile.
Oh. Okay.
You
Wait
see
a
how Amber
second.
just like worsens and what she looks like she's about to be
No,
sick.
wait,
and just like kind
neither?
of quickly pulls
Yeah,
away from the group.
you know, honestly, it didn't really click until right now. But oh, that's cute. My little baby boy had another friend who was born of genie blood. Oh, that's adorable.
And meanwhile,
Explain?
Amber is like quickly leaving the room because she's still like worse, so she looks like she's gonna be sick.
Then you just see Diana say, "Hey, I'm not done with you yet. Where the fuck do you think you're going?" And you walk
You
into
can't-
a wall of light.
You can't just leave. What are you doing? You wanted us to come here to do this. We're not just leaving out now.
It's because she like quickly turns around. It's like, I know, but
You're doing this right here,
kinda,
right
like,
now, Miss. We
she
gotta
just
do
kind
this
of like
now.
kneels herself down onto the floor. It's like, I wasn't prepared for this.
Oh my gosh.
I get one of the small trash cans in the room just in case she has to puke and just sit next
We
to
gotta.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, she looks like she could just throw up right
There
at
is
any
no
moment.
room. You are out in the middle. You are like in front of the church.
Okay,
Yeah,
then the one that's
congratulations.
closest inside, I will bring outside and hand to her to
We
put
will-
back later.
We'll
But-
get the donation basket and put it over her head. Okay, that's what we'll do. that's-
There's no
you need to
donation basket. If you want to give, in order to give to the Church of Iomade, you must give your life.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. There
There's
are
nothing
warrior people.
There's nothing in here that has anything.
There's no
that has to
donation
do with
box here. It's either you donate or you leave.
There's nothing that can cover her
It's how you
head.
pledge your
in
life
here.
to the church or leave.
There's nothing that can cover her head here. That's how.
Well, to be fair, if she really does need to vomit, she'll just vomit into her mask.
Oh, true. Have fun.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be fun. She's gonna have to like literally like duck out of
Yeah,
everybody's sights.
I
in order to do that.
wouldn't think that talking about someone's body count would make her throw up, but here we are.
It's the anxiety. She's having some serious anxiety issues here.
Yes, anxiety. So Diana's like,
She's having a nervous stomach and it's not doing her good.
but wait, why did, and Diana like pulls all of you aside from all of her aside, and she's like, are you guys positive that Melody's thing worked?
I think so. She
well,
thought so, but
it's more of the
why?
experience before that made her get into that state more than Melody healing her.
I'm not talking about Melody healing her. I'm talking about, are you guys like positive that whole dispel magic went off?
It went off. Whether it worked or not, we don't know.
it's
We
rather
assume so, but
it's rather odd to just suddenly see memories of people doing something like that aren't real, despite what
Okay.
Melody might tell you.
I'm not sure what she dreamed of that's real or not. I don't know what she has to communicate to us what exactly she remembers now.
I mean,
'Cause
that's
I
gotta
don't-
be hard. I mean, she was
My-
beaten too much as a young child.
Oh. Can you Oh.
I mean, it was
It-
only slightly
he was that
too
level
much.
of asshole.
Yeah, it was only slightly over the limit.
Jeez. Over what exactly?
Well, punishment, you know. To be fair, that was my preferred punishment, and she just, like, claps her hands and Matt stands at attention. Ah, you see?
Oh.
It works.
I mean, yeah.
Well,
but
first I
there's-
have to ask how much did you do to Matt? And second, I'll have to ask Matt how much did she do to you? Sort of
And
deal.
Diana says, it was an acceptable amount, and Matt says, I deserved it.
What did you what happened to you? What did you how did she go ahead?
Well, you see, I don't want to talk about it. She did everything that was required, and he sounds like, you know, he sounds like he's in duress. Yeah.
In order to know what's happening with Alvera, we need to know. She's not going to talk to us. Well, hold on. Wait a second. We should probably ask her.
I'm going to ask Diana a question real quick.
Go ahead.
Miss Scarlet, are you insinuating that we should probably have Melody recast the dispel?
Well, no. If she fucked it up the first time, it's probably not going to work the second time.
How big is this spell?
I mean, if Melody couldn't take care of it, that's frighteningly high power level magic.
Yeah.
Also, I feel bad because me and Melody don't tend to use dispel magic in a pleasant way for people, and she looks in the middle of panic and confusion and nausea.
Oh, she is in the middle of panic, confusion, and nausea?
No. Just referring to Alvera.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, no, which at this point she's probably like nowhere to be seen at the moment because she had to literally go.
How far is she gone? Well,
Considering you guys are trapped by a wall of light, I would assume nowhere because.
Okay, where is she? What is the entire? We have a wall of light that's blocking her from getting away.
Yes. Yes, you are. Because
Okay.
Diana is, first of all, she's talking to you, but you just opened the door to her mass without permission or knocking.
Okay, so Alvera.
I mean, are you approaching her right now? Because she's probably like over
Is she
in a
banging
corner
her head
now.
at the, what are you doing at the wall of light? Are you banging your head against her or something?
I mean, she
What's the
literally at this point in the process of you guys talking, she literally had to throw.
She's currently
So
using
she's kind of giving
she's
herself a
currently
moment.
using the bucket off screen. All you hear is the hurling sound effect.
Yeah.
What we're trying to do
You
now is
would
that
actually hear it during conversation. You just chose to
Hey.
ignore it.
the dispel could have not worked, basically. And are you? Can we do a detect magic?
I mean, you can certainly try.
One moment. Fuck.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
Yeah. Might as well do it. And I'm logged out. Fun. One moment. I'll be there in a second.
You don't have to click the actual thing. So you don't detect enough magic for anyone to have control over Alvera. You detect a small amount of magic from her, but you typically detect a small amount of magic from her.
Because
It
she's a
is within
caster, yeah.
well, yeah, it's within acceptable parameters, right?
Mhm.
As far as you can tell, yeah.
So it could not be that, but it also could be that. And it seems normal. I'm only detecting the usual amounts of magic that come out of casters, so I don't know. Can it? I'm not sure if she's under the spell. I'm sorry, under a spell or not. I think I'd say she isn't, but you may correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, as far as you're concerned in character, that seems right.
Yee.
So, what you have learned is, what Alvaro has learned is frightening, but, Diana's like, oh yeah, Melody, might know a bit more about it. She paid more attention to the neighbors than I did, considering I was working all day, and I came home, and there was nothing to eat, so I had to cook my own food, and Matt's
How-
food.
Oh, well, how is she holding up now after the whole incident?
What, Melody?
Yeah.
I don't know, she's probably off blowing a couple dudes. I mean, she's a Callistrian, what do you expect?
Well, sure.
I
bet
mean,
not-
certainly
not-
you can't expect a stable relationship built upon years of trust. Where did that come from? That's Matt saying to Diana, where did that come from? Diana's like, oh, don't worry about it, sweetie. You go off and go say hi to your mother. But if she's sucking dicks right now, should I really? Yes, go! Don't come back here for another couple of hours, okay? Cool, bye! And
Something is wrong.
something is
She
wrong
walks
in
in
the
and-
state of the Iomedean Church. And
Something
it's
is
not
wrong in
Shakespearean
Epsilon.
intrigue.
Something is wrong in Epsilon.
So, Matt just sort of looks at you all as like, was I...
You
Oh, dear.
normally get that from Diana?
No, I have some questions for Melody now. To Melody!
Da-da-da-da-da. The whole
Oh boy.
transition.
So you find Melody's, you find where Melody is at. It's at, their little house that is
are
right
they
next door to an
currently doing-
apartment complex. But that house is guarded by a huge ass wasp. Its name is Oscar. And it says to you, what the fuck are you guys doing here at the moment?
Are we just straight up just... Are we
There's-
straight up just...
You're
Go
just
ahead.
talking to a giant wasp named Oscar.
Oh,
Don't
okay,
mind
okay, that's
Oscar. He's
Hello.
he's
Hello
Oscar.
again, Oscar.
Hello, Oscar.
Hey, Oscar, how you doing? What the fuck are you guys doing here? Says Oscar.
We have some questions for Melody if she's available.
Yeah, she's with a couple of clients. Let me just get rid of those clients very quickly. And you see him open the door, go in, and you see two men running out without their pants on.
As you do.
as you just casually do.
Listen,
And they have
I'm
huge like
used-
hives all over them too. It looks like the Oscar
No
stung
shit.
them.
Ooh.
sting,
Ow.
sting, sting, stung, stung, stung.
I just
And
imagine
Oscar comes
just
back
gives them
out.
about half a freaking blood.
Oh no, Oscar like comes up and he's like, Melody's mad that I did that. Apparently those weren't well paying clients to begin with, and
Oh my god.
now they didn't pay. So have fun.
Oh great. We're going with a bad mood. Lovely.
Well,
I'll let
as
you take the lead
ushers
on
Matt
this
in
shadow.
first, considering the fact that's probably a.
I'll let you take the lead on this shadow.
Oh, God.
Actually, Matt like throws open the door. Is like, what the fuck, Melody? Then he walks in.
Oh
yeah,
my god.
I was literally
Okay.
just ushering. It's like, Matt, I believe you have questions first.
So you all enter in, walk into Melody, and Matt's just like, I'm sorry, Melody, but when the fuck were you going to tell me about you and Diana? And Melody is like sipping tea, and she spits out. She's like, Jesus Christ, she can't keep a secret to save her life. Well, so sorry, Callistrian Shit, with Callistrian's nipples. What the fuck? She can't keep a secret for her life.
Okay, well, we're gonna keep that in
Right.
mind for the next time we talk with her. Da-da-da.
What? I mean, come on, kid. Really? You think that I could live with a woman and not seduce her at some point? It just so happened that she and I get along pretty well in terms of relationships. Which is...
Just Shadow, like, halfway through the door. It's like, I feel like this is a private conversation.
I don't think we should barge in on their thing.
You
I'll-
know,
I'm absent.
Melody's like, nah, bitch, get in here. I ain't
What?
having this conversation without an audience.
Oh,
I was gonna say now Ver's just kind
Okay,
of standing
that bit.
outside waiting, even though she didn't notice everybody's going in.
I'm just gonna
lean out,
observe
just
the.
ushers over.
And Matt just is like, she seemed like she was hurt, and Melody's like, well, yeah, she thought I was being faithful for
I'm
the
a
past
devotee
10
of-
years.
I'm a devotee of Callista Trio because she's one of the pantheon. But this sounds like a this does not sound like a very holy moment, to say the least.
Yeah, well, you see, Diana thought I was being faithful for the past 10 years of our relationship. Why on earth would I do that? I'm a Callistrian. Anyways, your mother's an idiot. And Matt just says, which one of you? And she says, both. Anyways, you have other questions, right? Oscar said you had more questions than just finding out that Diana is apparently gay. Which
Why
was
are you
news
gay?
to me. Anyways, what are your questions? Oh, wait, Alvaro used to be our neighbor's kid, which is odd, because I didn't think Miu or her douchebag of a husband could have kids.
We heard from Diana that you can confirm this to be true. He had about 400. His body count is that much.
Oh, she forgot a couple of zeros. No, just
Oh
one
my
zero.
Oh my god!
At this point, it's like, Alvaro, do you still have that pew bucket?
Oh, wait.
I wish I
wait,
did
wait,
right
wait.
now. She's kind of
Wait,
like backing
hold
out
on,
again.
hold on. You meant body count as... Oh, I thought you meant people he killed. No, it's 400.
Okay, okay.
That's even worse.
Listen. We can tolerate murder and all that assassination stuff, but
Matt says, wait,
but
who the
outside
fuck
of
said we
marital
could
sex-
hide... Who the fuck says we can tolerate murder? What the fuck, man?
Well, we're a mercenary group. But outside of marital
Actually,
sex,
do
are
they
you
even
kidding?
do they even know what her father used to be? What he used to work as?
Wait, do
I
we
mean-
know that? Do we know that? Or
I think
think
that's
we
where
do.
some of the confusion comes from. But yeah.
okay, gotcha. Okay,
Well, he was an
Alright.
assassin, but like he did murder a couple of people that weren't paid. That's sort of why he moved out of Absalom.
oh,
Also, he was notorious for beating his wife, child, and abusing them on a mental level.
was it as bad as Melody? Sorry, Matt as bad as Diana did to Matt?
Somehow worse.
Oh my gosh.
Like, seriously, if you clap in a particular way, you can make Matt stand at attention, watch. And she
Yeah.
claps his hands, and he does it. He's like, what the fuck?
Ails my mentally scarred man. Anyways. Yeah, it does seem like
Also, out of marriage sex, I mean, why do you follow that man then? And
Well,
she just
okay.
points to Matt.
sure. I accept it.
You're
'cause
technically
Callistria,
engaged.
You guys are all Callistrians. Sure.
Matt looks
I
at you and is
accept
like,
that.
I technically don't worship either of their deities.
Sure, but Sure.
My wife's
But-
just into me not being in a stable, monogamous relationship with her. There's a difference.
We'll have that talk later then. Jesus Christ.
You mean Callistrian's nipples?
By Callistria's nipples. Yes.
I was gonna say, meanwhile, Verse is kind of like standing in the doorway, like halfway out, because she was like panicking about the
We-
count again.
You were
have
halfway
to-
out,
well-
and you hear angry buzzing, and you go back in because huge
We-
hornets are scary.
No. Elvira, we have something to talk about with you. We
So
the
she just
entire
looks
time,
like she's having a crisis.
the
Ugh.
entire time, we thought you had a horrible relationship with your mother
And a good one with your father.
and a good one with your father. Now we're talking with these people who are neighbors of you at the time, and we've been told something drastically different. Now, I'm not blaming this on you, but I will have to ask, what do you remember from when you were a child?
I mean, I didn't remember much from then, but suddenly I'm just kind of remembering about these things now, and I'm like, I don't know what to really think about it. Because, I mean, I can't tell if it's just thoughts that are jumbled up or if they're actually something that happened. I don't remember.
Wait, she has a bad relationship with her mother? Well, he just looks surprised by this. I mean,
Well, let's just, if you've ever been to court been seen her with her mother, they go into the first time I've seen them together and talk together is it was messy, basically. It gave
Well-
off the notion to everyone around us that
Well,
They
the second
didn't-
time I was
yeah.
forced to be the counselor, which only
Yes.
got freaking interrupted because Matt decided to go AWOL.
Matt just looks at you all as like, I'm the boss. I can't legally go AWOL.
well, what
Okay.
happens if someone else were to never mind.
Well, if someone else did it, and they're not in charge of this entire organization, then yes, that would be going AWOL. But since I'm in charge, and
People
I
in
give
charge
the
can go
orders, I can't go AWOL by definition.
Hey.
I can go rogue, but those are different terms.
Oh my gosh. A distinction without it. Never mind. Never mind. Anyways, basically, Alvira,
But her
We
mother
may-
was always so kind to her. Hell, her mother would take beatings meant for all her because she didn't want her child to be beaten. Honestly, I'm surprised Diana didn't do anything at certain points.
why do you hate your mother so much? I think is the
probably
proper
because
question.
the memories were repressed for some odd reason. I don't know. Did you guys
Okay.
fuck with any powerful elemental beings?
I mean, recently. Wait. Recently, no. Maybe gods, but
water
not
plane,
maybe
sir.
further back.
It's
I wasn't here.
water
but, like,
plane,
our
a
plane. Okay.
little water genie.
We may have crossed
Aquanai.
timelines a bit. We may have.
You
we might
know,
have.
the
We
thing
might have
that-
fucked with a water elemental. Yes. Sorry. My
Does
my
the
apologies.
name Aquaria sound familiar?
Yes. We
Yeah.
fucked up with Aquaria.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
Aquaria the one who finally did your father in?
I look at
Yeah.
Avera.
She just kind of like lowers her head. It's like, yeah. I asked to
Ah.
know what happened to him, and I found out.
Ah. Honestly, she probably fucked with your memories and made you forget all the bad things your father did and just made him like an absolute chat of a hero. But that
Makes
sense.
raises the question because your last name is Ignister, meaning you're a child of Ignis, which means. And she calculates and is like, holy shit, those two are in cahoots? Honestly, that explains a lot. Yet, absolutely nothing.
Who was in cahoots?
And Matt just sort of facepalms says, Aquaria and Ignis.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Which
Fuck. Who is
explains
Ignis? Shit.
Ignis is the fire genie equivalent of Aquaria.
Have I met with Ignis?
No, the only person who's even talked with Ignis is Alvura.
And that's because they have a
Yeah,
personal
because you know,
relationship.
did the belated yearly checkup of, hey, how you doing? Oh shit, it's been a few years.
Hey, how you doing? Oh shit, I haven't talked to you since I had Aquaria mess with your
Wow.
memories. Apparently
Ignis a
is.
deity?
No, just a named Ifriti noble. So very powerful genie.
Very powerful genie nope. Oh!
Like
So
he's
do
one
you
of
want-
the genies that can grant wishes, which already makes him more powerful. But he's a named Afridi, so that makes him.
Is Alvura a dream baby?
No, Alvura is a fire genie baby.
Fire genie baby. Okay. In terms of like, oh, she was wished up because she was born because of dream because her parents were infertile, yada yada yada. Is that am I right?
Yeah,
about-
that's how that happened. Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Which how those two came to the decision to have a child with what you've been discovering today is a whole other detailed story.
Did you know that, Alvaro? Right? Do you know that right now, right? Please? No?
Because she's just like really quiet, kind of a little confused herself. You could just see it on her face.
How much have we revealed to you this far? What did you know that you what did we been told that you did not know? So that we can
Pretty much everything as far as happening now.
Oh Jesus. Oh sweet baby Jesus.
I didn't know anything of
Oh
this.
sweet baby tits. Oh sweet baby tits of Calistria. Sorry. Making it.
Oh my goodness. Discord was not picking up my laughter, but the stream sure as hell was.
Sweet baby tits of Calistria.
That is out of context, that sounds hilarious. Sweet tits of baby Calistria.
I need to use some curses from some of the other deities of my pantheon, but I'll keep on the
sweet baby Kyrgyz.
Oh, sweet baby Kyrgyz.
Anyway.
Yes.
This is starting to become a 1960s Batman meme.
We're basically constructing an entire origin story right out of thin air for our friend Alvara. Off character, I'm just saying that.
She's not having a fun time.
Alvara has learned that everything about her life is a lie.
You know, sometimes you get to that situation. Honestly, if
not
the alternative
every
is,
time.
if the alternative is you don't know that you killed a bunch of people in your prior life and you just got your memories erased, then
so in the middle of you guys having this weird like moment.
No, I'm not saying that in character.
I know you're not saying that in character. In the middle of this weird moment of silence while you're talking out of character, Melody is just clapping Matt in and out of that stance, and she's like, "Oh boy, I forgot how fun that was." And Matt's just like, "Please stop."
It's like torture, just clapping and then stance. Clap in.
It's like the
it's like the clap on, clap off.
Yeah, but it's like the reverse. It's like, please don't clap.
Please leave me off.
No, it's like, please clap, but it's the opposite. Please don't clap.
Please don't clap.
Anyway.
All right, so let's get back in character real quick so we can. Yeah. Fuck. So we got. There's a lot of stuff that about your history that apparently you were lied to. Would you like to take a moment, Alvara?
I was gonna say she's just kind of silent for a minute before she's kind of like starting to try and go back out the door. It's kind of like, yeah, I'm probably gonna need to.
You hear angry buzzing if you you hear angry buzzing if you even touch the door.
We can't get out of here right now. We're in the middle of
I
mass.
was gonna say she's just kind of like
Oh, sorry, we're not in the
kind of
middle
like
mass.
kneeling down onto the floor,
we-
trying to like huddle
we angered-
herself up.
And
We
Melody's
angered
like,
Diane.
honey, there's a toilet over there. If you're gonna be kneeling in here, we might as well get you into the proper attire.
Oh wait a second.
I was gonna say, even as she says that there's a toilet, she's like immediately off to it.
The way you said appropriate attire is ringing bells in my head. Which okay, Lustria, okay, fine, I'll let it be.
I mean, technically, you did enter into Callistrian Mass. It's just
know.
you guys are not in the right room for it.
No, well, they're doing the deed. So they were in the middle. She was in the middle of client of
No, she was in
pleasing
the
her
middle of
clients.
something completely different. and
What?
Yes. Well, two people, yes, but here's the thing. Melody's like, anyways, you guys are here for Mass. Do you want to join in on the orgy?
What? Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
Give everyone hay fever? No thanks.
Okay, hang on. For the
As
first
a-
time ever, if you're looking at Shadow, somehow on black scales, you wouldn't think this is possible, but like he straight up like somehow his cheeks are darker than everything else around.
As a Callistrian, Raphael's just like, this is normal. I'm good, but honestly, I'm not into that.
Just,
particular- Yeah, go ahead, Shadow.
No, that's all Shadow's doing is just
Listen, I got my I got my eyes on someone right now, so I need no distractions other than the ones I already have.
And Matt just looks at you and is like, you still have no idea what to make for them, do you?
Yeah.
it's just like excuse
I was
no.
gonna say eventually Alvara's just kind of like dragging herself out of the bathroom at this
You keep
point.
trying to
Just
say
like,
that, Silver. You keep saying that, but the wasps are still outside. We
No,
can't do anything
not
about it.
leaving the place, but exiting the bathroom. And Melody's like,
Oh,
hey,
no,
honey,
no.
I mean, you're here for Mass. Are you sure you don't want to join in on the orgy in the other room?
what? She just kind of looks like, what?
Calistria.
And then she realizes that what she said and probably would head back into the restroom to continue vomiting.
Yeah, Calistria and Nelvera. That's what they do. It's sort of,
He's asking you if you want to have sex with a lot of people, right?
Yes. Yes.
Uh,
That's probably why your
I
father got
think I'm-
a big head
I
count.
was gonna say she's kind of like tried to keep her head together. It's like, I think I'm okay for right now. I at least have standards.
Hold up.
Honey,
Wait a
standards are overrated.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about that right now.
I mean, hey, there's no consequences to the actions you take.
She immediately looks at her, it's like, yeah, especially after what I learned what happened to me.
Yep, sorry, it wasn't anything I could do about that.
It's not exactly.
She's like,
But
literally,
hey,
like,
you
grabs
might as
her
well
head. It's
enjoy
like,
it. You might as well enjoy it.
There's a couple, like you being a dream baby, or what I've been told, a
Hang
fire
on.
genie baby. A fire genie baby is probably, yeah. I understand. Yeah. Go
Okay,
ahead,
so
Shadow.
I think I wait. What happened?
Okay,
She
so here's a
shot
couple
herself
things.
in the abdomen and hit her womb to the point where it was unrepairable.
Yes,
So she
and that
is
end,
sterile as shit right now.
what we've been told is that
Just
both of them
blank
were
stare.
infertile. What we've been told
Internal
is like,
screaming.
wait, give Shadow a moment. What?
Shadow, go ahead.
It's just
Yeah.
a blank stare. Like the internal screaming slowly cranks up.
Like that. That's what Shadow's doing.
And Melody is like, oh, by the way, I'm taking Matt because he has no choice in the matter. And she just opens the door and throws him in and locks it. He'll have fun.
Yeah, have fun.
I was gonna say, Alvera just kind of like throws her hands forward. It's like, we
You
can't
are-
leave now.
You are a mess. We need a.
I was gonna say, and Alvera just kind of like just sits herself on the floor, just pretty much proceeds to start sobbing because she just becomes really overwhelmed.
Side
I'll
note,
just
upstairs.
sit next to you and just sit there in case you need a shoulder.
And
to lean on or
Melody
something.
Melody
Just like,
looks at all of you and is like, huh, it's like you guys have never been invited to an orgy before.
It's like,
several times.
Okay, Matt,
We have-
I'll give.
she
I'll
literally
give
sits
Melody
up
a
like,
free
no,
insight
we
check.
have not.
Well, they listen. I don't think they're somewhat unaccustomed to Calistrians, so you know.
Matt, I want to give
Even
Melody
though
a free
Matt-
insight
hold up.
check.
Wait a second. Hold up. Wait a second. You guys are all disgusted. How have you guys been tolerating Matt so far?
We
That's fine.
haven't.
What do you mean you haven't?
We just keep him around.
Well, have you guys ever gone?
Look, what he does on his own time at his wife's wishes is on them.
Okay.
Yeah, also, Matt isn't as in your face about it because he's not a priest or a Calistrian.
He doesn't offer orgies. I guarantee you that. But
First off, how the hell would he even set that up? My God, he already has enough to deal with the.
Also,
mercenary group.
another
Sure, I
thing.
understand.
Also, another thing. He's not a Calistrian. He follows his own philosophy.
yes, but you also quite literally pushed him into an orgy. So it's gonna be words.
Well,
call
yeah,
it
because
Melody.
I did that as a GM because Melody has issues with boundaries, as
I know.
does most of the women in Matt's life.
My point is to
I was
Melody.
gonna say, I was
was
about
to say that
I was about to prop myself for a bad mistake of words I was going to say. In character, by the way.
You gotta put in some box text, as Matt calls them, to prepare.
Speaking of
Yeah,
box
I was about to make a big mistake of something I was going to say in character.
Melody,
Which, Matt, you could judge upon how that's going to go. If I'm able to go on with that. by the way.
You're able to go on with that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, in the middle of them talking, Albert just kind of sits up, like, is there anything I could... It's just going to say she just kind of, like, just sits up and just kind of, like, takes a moment to, like, take her breaths. Like, is there anything to kind of relieve a bit of my overwhelming emotional state?
And
What calmed
Melody
you?
like walks over to the door and starts opening it.
She immediately gets up, like, literally, like, speeds up off of her feet to shut it. It's like, no! I'm good on that!
What do you...
And
what
then
helps-
Melody walks over to a liquor cabinet and opens it up.
It's good.
Wait a second.
Albert just kind of looks over and stares for a minute, and she switches into her fox form and runs for it.
And then
Oh my
Melody
God.
closes the door on you in the middle of it and says, "No alcohol for people not participating in the orgy." And locks it.
It's gonna say you just hear a squeak when she runs into the door.
This is a chaotic situation. All I'm going to
Then
say
she
is...
just kind of casually switches back, and you just hear her groan. It's like, do you really have to shut that as I was going head first?
And Melody said, "Well, yeah, it was funny."
She just like groans and starts to get up, but she's kind of off balance after running into the door. So she's like
I
stumbling
go
about.
Raphael goes up to her and pats her head.
I'm pretty yeah, I was gonna say, buddy, I don't think that's the best idea. Also, I'm pretty sure if you touch those ears wrong, it'll...
I'm not touching... I'm patting her head.
Whatever, not important. What is important is that there is something I can do that doesn't require either of these two things that might help your current situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say, she just kind of looks at her, it's like, and that would be?
Well...
Well...
you see, I have some good news and some bad news.
When people say
Can't
there's
be any
good news
different
and
from what
bad
I've heard
news,
today.
The
Yeah,
good news is that I have a medical solution to your problem.
or the bad
And
news.
the bad news?
The bad news is that the bad news is that the medical solution to your problem is going to be a weird situation for you and something I'm very used to.
Does it have to do with
I was gonna
her?
say she kind of tilts her head, but it's like,
Hold,
what?
hold up, hold up. Does it have to deal with the thing?
You just in your head.
Because Shadow
You
was
have
here.
your hands in
Shadow
the side
was here
of a circle,
before.
and one is the
Shadow was here before
open
when
to
we
it.
were last in Absalom, because some weird side quest thing Matt sent him on. That was right before the attempt at drugging him the first time around with alcohol that he got out of.
Actually, it's more of like what would happen with Ritsuko.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What happened with her?
But
She was hold up. Wait, I'm trying to remember what happened with Tsuko. Was that she was I'm trying to remember. What happened with Tsuga? She was unfortunately coerced to do the deed, right?
No, it wasn't coerced to do the deed. No, it was Melody was your OBGY. Sorry, Melody was your gynecologist for a few hours there.
Gotcha.
yeah.
I forgot. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, we don't know that, but that's what basically.
Well, I was downstairs at the time because I remember meeting the Wasp before.
I'm bad at memory. Okay.
So, Alvera, behind this door is my
Yeah.
personal office when it comes to my doctorly-like abilities. I'm going to need you to enter into this room, remove your clothes, put on this gown, and then put your feet in the stirrups, and I will be able to solve this problem medically.
I was gonna say she kind of blinks for a most, like.
Wish I could help you with that.
I was gonna say she kind of groans. It's like.
Shoulder.
She just kind of groans, like. At this point, it's not exactly going to be weird, considering that this is just a woman's. Fuck it. She just like throws her head and her hands up. She just pretty much kind of just walks into the room.
So,
just goes to sit on one of the chairs. Well, round 2, grabs the same book he was reading last time.
I'm gonna send some instructions in the meantime. To Graves on being literate. So
like a couple hours later, you're all back in the room, and Alvera seems normal. And Melody's just like, okay, Alvera, now tell me, how are you doing?
What do you say, Alvera?
I mean, not that bad.
You see, Alvera, sometimes it is one of those things where you have to do is come by, visit me. I use my tools to make sure you're doing okay down there, say a couple of prayers, and your head will be clear of all negative thoughts.
What did we hear while the operation was going on, by the way? What did we hear behind that?
I'm assuming the room is silenced.
Okay.
The room is not silenced, and you heard the crack of the whip. That whip.
Yeah.
That particular whip.
Yeah, that's why I thought. It's the crack of the freaking...
I mean, you were praying.
Fucking
you were definitely praying that night, and your answers got, and your prayers got answered. So, you.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah, it's a special Callistrian whip that makes you moan every time you get hit with.
Yep.
It's a weird flavor.
There would have been a lot of sounds out of her mouth that she would not have come out.
Well, no, she only had to do that twice. She actually was giving you like an actual gynecologist visit.
Lovely.
Okay.
It's just that, you know, the
It's
whip
the
is
bad
a whole...
part about it that my knowledge to that is not very great. So
Well, you know, it's also one of those things where it's pretty interesting doing that sort of a visit when your patient has pretty much most of that part of her body missing. So, yeah.
How much missing? All of it missing?
Melvin basically is like, I can't even begin to fix this.
Yep.
Honestly, I should probably just remove it.
Oh.
And Melody basically is like in the middle of this. She's speaking in Elvish, a language Alvaro doesn't understand. She's like, "God damn it, Melvin!" And she puts it back, and it's still like inert and She did not put it back, but like one of the weird things Melody did, and I will say this out of character, because she would never tell any of you this in character, is she used a 10th level regenerate spell. Specifically on that area.
Regenerate the pussy.
No.
So, Alvara's definitely not able to use it still, but, part of the reason why Alvaro was in such a mess was because, you know, while you are able to survive without those particular organs, you also have a hormonal imbalance because of it. Yep.
oh boy.
I can't wait to chuck all this off to your inners are missing. Lovely. Lovely stuff. I can't just say, like, oh, she's on her period again. It's that time of the month, as you always wanted to say, Matt. But
First of all, I've said that about one character. I have not said it about two. Also, as far as you, Melody, and everyone else is aware, she was having an issue where her hormones weren't functioning properly. But now she is stable and sane.
Now, I don't know. The characters don't know what the procedure was or anything about hormones.
Yeah,
Maybe a bit about hormones.
I mean,
but yeah.
Honestly, the reason she's stable is because, honestly, Replica's just like, that was fun. I'll stop now. I'll let her have some semblance of peace and make it seem as though that this Callistrian woman knows what she's doing.
Ah, wow.
Till I fuck up her day again.
Oh, thank you.
Not
for
a matter of
healing her.
if, only a matter of when.
Yep.
Thank you for helping her, Melody.
I'm more than happy to help. Matt, how was your day? And Matt just looks at Melody and is like, why the fuck? What the fuck? I am...
Does Matt have a bunch of cookies on him?
What? No, Matt just looks like he's... Matt looks like he's just heavily disappointed in everything about this trip. What the fuck? Like, God damn it, I don't need my mother and my wife wanting me to sleep around. God fucking damn it. Anyways, can we go home now?
Alvara, how are you feeling?
I mean, I'd pretty much be okay to go.
And Melody says, oh, and next time that happens, if you can't come out to me, well, and she just hands you a book, that will help you. Okay, cool, bye.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Do I dare ask what that book is?
It's the Callistrian Bible, pop-up edition.
Wait, hold on. Wait,
oh, no. Oh, it's that book from the other campaign.
But it's the pop-up version. It's like Make Out Paradise pop-up edition.
Hold up, the entire time Replica was maintaining some sort of spell effect on Alvara?
But as far as you're concerned, the levels of magic are normal because Melody's dispel worked and didn't work at the same time. The control is not complete enough that it can function without her being within a close enough range or Alvara being unconscious.
Wait. The control. Does that mean that we?
Yeah, the dispel did out of character. The dispel did fail, but the only time you'd be able to recognize it was when Alvara's unconscious, or when replica is within a close enough distance to Alvara.
Okay, gotcha. The only constant, because there's a constant stream of magic that comes out of her because a caster, and I can only detect that if she's unconscious or if replica is near. Fuck. Okay.
Or yeah, well, that's the
So
only
would
time.
essentially the if she'd be unconscious, would sleeping be a part of that
Yes.
unconscious rate?
Yes.
I should try that next time. But does my Raphael know about that, or do you guys know about?
No, because
he
you've
doesn't.
never
Okay, he doesn't know
heard.
about
This is a new thing to everyone everywhere.
Wow.
Like, this is like the
Technology.
whole, oh, I failed to dispel you by like a dice roll of 1 off. So there's still some effects, but not as many effects.
Raphael's like, well, I didn't detect anything wrong, so it wasn't a spell. Therefore, what Melody did probably was psychological, and therefore it was a good thing. Thank you, Melody.
And we're gonna take break number 2 tonight.
50.
15 again. Because before we get into the next thing, which we do not have time to fight an ancient white dragon tonight, so we'll do one of the other ones.
Probably the sisters. And then tomorrow
Or
I
you
get to
could
fight
do
the dragon.
Abishola. Yes. Anyways, we'll be back in a bit. Anyways, I think we peaked today. I think that's session. I don't know how I can follow that up, at least today. We will see you all tomorrow after I have a long, intrusive, and all-inclusive talk with my players about the events of today.
We're about to have
I'm
a
in
talk.
a huge amount of trouble. I'll see you all next time. By the way, I'm
Take
joking. I'm
care.